See right through you.
All right, so volumes are working now. Testing, testing, testing. Chat, can you guys hear me? Can you hear Smells Good? Can you hear Mystery?
Can you smell me? How's my breath smell?
Can you smell him?
Can you smell
Do
him?
we all sound pretty good?
Yep, it looks like it's good now.
Namely me.
Yeah, mostly smells good.
We're mostly worried about Smells Good right now. Sound.
How's my breath smell? We're good.
I think
Smells
you're
like
great.
chicken
wow, I'm
nuggets.
so red, dude. I look like I
It
got
smells like
burnt,
chicken
dude.
nuggets. Why does it
No,
smell
it's
like
alright,
chicken nuggets in here?
Oh yeah, I did just tear up chicken nuggets.
Oh, okay.
They were so good. Yeah, we can't figure out my volume, sorry.
I know we're trying to get his volume up. I don't know what to do. We're kind of like stuck on this.
I think my computer's broken or something. It's background noises. I'm looking all over in this. I can raise my hand. Like I just raised my hand. I have something to say. Oh, did that just ruin everything from raising my hand? Is my camera ruined too?
No, I can hear you.
You're the only one that's used that feature.
I think my camera just went bananas on this.
No, you're fine. It's because of what I'm doing.
Oh, okay. I raised my hand. Champ, it says Champ has something to say. This is great.
Mystery, I know I don't ever ask you to do this. Could you lower your volume?
What?
Because I'm going to raise both of you up in unison.
Oh my lord! You want me to lower? Okay, wait. You tell me
Nice.
how. Okay, let me mess around with a setting
So
over
smart.
here.
What's this 75 right here? Better not be my volume. I can't change that feature, so it's not.
I'm going to bring this down a little bit there. Okay, is that, or do you want more? Lower.
We'll find out. Smells good. Say something.
Hello. I'm Smells Goods.
All right, Mystery, say something.
Something.
How do they sound,
I am
guys?
saying something.
Nice.
Smells good. Tell me
This
your
is, like, in
name.
my
Tell me
Hi, my social number is
No.
10234-705.
Don't do that!
All right, Mystery, lower your volume a little bit more.
I'm going one notch down. That's one notch down.
All right, go 2 notches down.
2 more notches?
One more notch.
Okay, so that's now 2 notches down from what you usually have me at.
All right, smells good. Say something.
Why is my computer not letting me change my volume? So whack.
Smells good. Tell me your favorite Halo game.
My favorite Halo game is the one that Halo Infinite's gonna turn into after all these updates.
All right, Mystery, lower yours again.
Okay, going another notch down.
Go another notch. Go like 3
Sound
notches
like I'm
down.
an astronaut.
3 notches.
Yeah.
Oh, this is lower than what I usually
no.
stream at.
All right, turn. Okay, go back up a notch. Go back up a notch.
Okay, so now this is usually my stream level.
Okay, smells good. Say something.
Something.
Mystery, say something.
I really hope this is part of the intro.
Okay, go back 1 notch up, Mystery.
Does this make me?
All right, this is one more notch
Does
up.
this make me lower or louder?
Say again. Smells good.
Did I go lower or louder?
You went lower.
This mic is. The mic is in my mouth, Kylie.
Okay, smells good. Say something.
Hold on. Let me get back to.
Oh, you're like quieter now. How's that possible? I just turned you up.
No. Am I better now? Am I back to what I was? But I'm back in space.
You're appearing higher on my volume bar, but for some reason you sound quieter. So
I don't know.
say, tell me your gamer tag and how long you've been playing Halo for.
Hi, I'm Smells Good. I've been addicted to Halo for the last 10 years. Probably longer than that, actually. I don't know.
He's still so low. What the fuck happened? Well, that's better. That's it's
Hello.
higher.
Maybe this mic is like jacked up. Like it's not. Maybe it's fucked up. Maybe I should go. Let me see something.
Is he in permawave, Mystery?
I don't know. I don't know how many times he's clicked that button.
I can't hear you at all now. Smells. We'll get it. We'll get it.
Do you have a button you can click to get him to stop waving? Is there like an option for you there? There we go.
I just had to click on him. I didn't realize that. All right, you're completely quiet. I can't hear anything you're saying now, Smells. And he's gone.
Am I back?
Now you're back.
I'm back?
You're back now.
Right. Well, when I talk, everyone just shut up. Alright? No, I'm just kidding.
It's pretty good. He's just mystery. He keeps going between like 15 decibels and 35 decibels. Like it's not. I can't get him in like a zone.
I'm wondering.
I don't know. It's probably my shitty mic.
Okay, what you have right now is good.
Maybe if I just back up here and just pretend like this one works.
Yeah, there you go.
Wasn't that the original plan?
All right, smells good. Tell me again your gamer tag.
I am. You just told me my gamer tag, but I am Smells Goods. That's my gamer tag.
All right, and Mystery, say something.
Something. I'm just gonna keep saying something over and over and over again.
Okay, we're gonna leave it like this. I can't do anything else, guys. This is what it's gonna be.
I won't even move.
He's just gonna stay there.
There we go. I jacked their volumes up. So if the volume during the show is too loud, let me know and I will lower them back down. But I jacked them up so that way we're not gonna have too much of a show.
Trying to match 40's energy right now.
Now the only problem I'm gonna have is this music because it's gonna fucking blow out everybody's eardrums.
Now let's do it. Blow them out.
Let me lower this here.
Blow my eardrums out.
The champ needs his entrance music. Can you give it to him, please?
Why can't I hear it? Oh my fucking god.
Not even that looks gross. What is even on there? Maybe I need to take the cover off of this other mic.
There we go.
No, I wouldn't make that like that huge of a difference.
Okay, I think I got a good level for the song too. Okay, are we all set here?
I believe so.
Looks so red.
Let's go. Let's cue the boss battle music, shall we?
I'll leave that in. That is perfect.
Alright, there we go. Okay, so we got the bass. We got the bass bottle music going. Oh my god, I can't talk today.
You've been fishing so much.
Yeah, no kidding. I've been just out there battling bass.
It's the bass battle. Somebody needs to make a bass battle royale.
There you go. Oh my god, just imagine. It's like you're in a big lake or whatever, and you guys are just playing as fish. Like bass fish.
Yo, guaranteed that's gonna be a game in like 2 years though. Bass battle.
As you kill more, you become a bigger. Maybe you can become a bigger bass, or maybe you can turn into like a shark or something eventually, and then just like start.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
It can be like one of those worm games where they go around, eat food, and get bigger and bigger, and then you're like trying to trap other worms, but it's just bass.
Yeah, you become the biggest fish in the sea.
Exactly. Joining us this week is the one, the only, the Halo Heartbreaker Tournament champion. Smells good in the flesh. Well, his gamer tag is just smells good, but he also smells good in the flesh. Smells good. How you doing, sir?
That'd be a crazy gamer tag. I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty well.
Good.
You know, it's been a while since that tournament, but if I remember it correctly, I am the champion.
Yeah, you are remembering that correctly. You did win. It was an epic run. And we're going to come back in a minute and get into that tournament.
Yeah.
Mystery, how have you been, sir?
Hello! I am here. We're here. We're now.
That's good. I want to get back into asking the one question that I was doing before of like, what video games have you played in the last week?
Back for Blood, Halo Infinite, and that's about it.
Back for Blood. That's the game that was made by the Left 4 Dead people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Some of them, maybe.
Now,
question mark?
I was a gigantic Left 4 Dead fan.
All right,
Will I like Back for Blood, do you think?
Will you like Back for Blood?
Yeah. Did you play Left 4 Dead?
I did play Left 4 Dead. I don't know how you'd feel about the card system.
There's a card system.
Card system.
Yeah, that's what helps separate Back 4 Blood from Left 4 Dead.
Great. Sounds like I'm not gonna play it now.
There you go. All right. Well.
Card system, dude. Dude, I don't know why they take things that are the best and then they just go like, how can I fuck this up? Do a card system.
Yeah, I haven't played Back 4 Blood. I was definitely like excited when I heard the same thing, that it was the Left 4 Dead creators. I don't mind a card system, but like kind of did WTF when you said that.
I don't even know what a card system would be for a game like Left 4 Dead. That's why I don't understand it. Like, what do the cards do? Do they?
Well, like if you get a Blue Eyes White Dragon, like you win.
You just kill all the zombies in front of you.
The card system. Okay, so you have cards that help you upgrade your character while you progress to the campaign.
So it's like an RPG kind of element.
Kind of, yeah. You create your own deck, right? And in there there's like 15 or 20 cards, and like as you progress through a level, you can grab another card out of like the 5 that you have in your hand. And those are used to like help buff you or help, maybe possibly like nerf a little bit of the zombies, or maybe like take in less damage from the zombies.
I hate that kind of shit.
They also have corruption cards, which are like random like trump cards that will kind of be thrown at you in the middle of the missions.
There's a simplicity to Left 4 Dead that I loved. Go from A, go to B. Everything's kind of randomized. Familiar enemies, but you don't know where they're coming from, and just try and survive with your friends.
Kill everything.
Kill everything. I just don't know if I'd have to play it before I could really judge it. But man, I don't know. I think I would be perfectly fine with Left 4 Dead 3. But you know what? When they came out with Left 4 Dead 2, it was basically the same thing as Left 4 Dead 1, except they just added more stuff and hardly anybody played it. So maybe they have to kind of change things up a lot. I don't know. Okay.
I mean, it's also not a Left 4 Dead game, I suppose. Not titled Left 4 Dead, so.
Well, they couldn't use that title because that's owned by Valve, so they would have to change it.
And then in which case they probably would have had to add something new, which was the game mechanics of the card system.
Yeah, I get it.
Yay! We came full circle.
I hate it, but I get it. Smells good. What have you been playing for the last week?
Honestly, I've actually been playing Civilization again.
Ooh, tell me about it.
I was a little bored, and I've been playing Fortnite too, actually, on the Switch. Just like sitting on the couch, I'm like, dude, I'm gonna run around a Fortnite on the Switch and kill all these 9-year-olds. But real confident booster. But Civilization, I've been playing with like the booster for what's it called, like the natural disasters.
Okay.
And apparently, like at some point, zombies are added to Civilization as well. So like, I turned that shit on, obviously, and like the zombies just like pop up wherever. It's kind of annoying. So like your traditional Civilization, you're just moving, like playing checkers, and you see where the enemy might be coming from, what direction. But the zombies just like pop up in your shit and just like fuck your town up.
Interesting.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, I've been playing a little bit of Civ again just to burn time.
Well, that's really cool.
A little 40.
I have been playing Halo. I didn't continue Tunic at all in the last week, which I'm kind of sad about because I really want to get back to that game. I think I'm actually going to play it tonight. But I've been playing Halo. I unlocked the brass knuckles little charm.
Whoa.
Yeah. I don't typically use charms on my guns because I feel like they're kind of like distracting, but all the cool kids had them, so I figured I would throw some brass knuckles on my assault rifle.
Oh, was it? Yeah, that was the weekly challenge or whatever.
Yeah, that was the weekly challenge for last week. I don't know what it is this week. I'm actually kind of interested to see what it is.
Yeah,
I have no idea. Yeah, I haven't logged in.
I think I might turn on my Xbox and find out.
I've been slacking on the Halo a bit.
It's all good. It's all good.
You're the champion. You don't even need to practice anymore, you know?
Yeah, after the championship, I just went on a little Halo vacation, played a little bit of ranked, probably got my ass whooped. I think that is what happened, actually. I think I remember season or whatever happened. I guess the reset happened, and I'm like, I'm getting my ass whooped, dude, every time, like, in ranked.
What did you rank as for season? Not season 2 technically, but what did you get?
Whatever that reset was.
Yeah, after the reset.
1.
Diamond 1.
Yeah.
I ranked in at Diamond 4. I was kind of happy with that.
Nice. And then like a couple of our guys are like Diamond 4, Diamond whatever. So like we're playing all pretty good people.
Yeah.
All the time. So they just kind of kick your ass for like 6 games straight, and I'm like, dude, I'm gonna kill zombies or some shit.
I get it. Sometimes, look, like back in the day, I always had a rotation between, I think it was like NHL 12, Left 4
Hell yeah.
Dead, Call of Duty, and Halo. Like I'd always go between those
Yeah.
games.
All those games are the shit.
And that made all of them like more enjoyable. I think if you play any one game by itself all the time, eventually it kind of gets old on you, I think.
Definitely.
My opinion. But yeah, so I can't believe it. Okay, so I just looked up the weekly reward for this week, and there's
It's a
this
sticker, isn't it?
it's a nameplate now, but it's the Warthog driving offensively nameplate. So this was a weekly reward like maybe a month ago for a sticker for your vehicles. Then it was a sticker for your armor, and now it is a nameplate. So
man.
this
Man.
this one
Yeah.
image has been recycled for 3 different weekly challenges.
Oh my lord.
Jesus Christ. Well, thankfully, we saw the article
love
and we
us.
know that in season 2, they're not going to be doing these things anymore. So that's good. Hopefully. I mean, they said they wouldn't. So I believe them. I take them at their word there. Mystery, another thing that I'm curious about. Have you watched any of the Halo TV show yet?
Nope.
Okay.
None?
Smells good. Have you
Man.
watched any of the Halo TV show?
Yeah, it should be up to date. I think today was there a new episode today though, right?
No,
So I
new
didn't-
episode tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow. Okay, so yeah, I should be up to date. I don't want to spoil anything, but
I'm curious on your take. What do you
like
think
it.
about the Halo show? You're a longtime Halo fan.
Yeah, I like it. And I definitely understand like why people might not like it or whatever, like a little bit. But
Yeah.
like I think I've seen like maybe it was your TikTok or whatever where you like kind of addressed a point or so where it's like, yeah, sorry, this is like an actual show and not like a bunch of gamers have to be pleased by what they see on the screen too. So like, I mean, I kind of agree with that sentiment more. And I don't know. I like the show. I like seeing Master Chief. The first episode I thought was amazing. Like
Yeah.
at least part of it. Like maybe amazing, strong because I am a fanboy. But like when Chief dropped in, the way they threw in like the first person view of him fighting and everything too, and like I was like, dude, I did that shit. Like I looked over at my girlfriend. I'm like, dude, I did this shit before. You know what I mean?
I did this shit before.
This is not new to me.
That's funny.
You see how he landed
I
like
lived
that?
through it.
You see how he landed like that? I did that.
I like that. Okay. Yeah. Oh, for anybody who doesn't know that we do this in our Discord every Thursday, as long as the Halo show goes on, we're going to be live streaming the episode in our private Discord, so we can get away with it. We won't get in trouble for it. So find a link for the Discord in the live chat if you're in the live chat right now, or in the episode show notes if you're listening to this on whatever device or whatever podcast app you're listening to this through. You can join the Discord. There's a little channel that says Halo TV Show Watch Party, and you'll see a bunch of us in there Thursday night at 9 o'clock. We stream it for everyone, and then we kind of talk about it right afterwards in like a little bit of a roundtable kind of reaction sort of thing. And it's always a pretty good time. I like it. I enjoy it. And what's really cool is like there's a mix of people who watch it who like the show right now and some people who don't love the show right now. So it's neat to hear the different opinions. And, we're not just, oh my God, everything is so great. We talk about things that we like or things that we don't like. Things that we like Master Chief's ass, things that we don't like.
That's the universe's ass.
I saw this one meme that was really funny where it said, they reveal Master Chief's face, and then it had the like one girl like, oh no, I don't want to see that. And then it was like reveal of Master Chief's ass, and I was like, oh, what's that? Thought it was kind of funny. But yeah, so that's been going on. Meanwhile, the Halo world has been buzzing. Mystery smells good. Are you guys familiar with the company Certain Affinity?
Certain
Yes.
Affinity.
No, I'm not.
I don't know. I don't think
About
that
to
rings
be.
a bell.
So I think Mystery is being
I'm
facetious.
about to be.
This is
So Certain Affinity is a mostly multiplayer. I don't want to call them consultants because they actually do development, but like development team that was started by Max Oberman, who was the Halo 2 multiplayer lead. I believe he was also the Halo 3 multiplayer lead, and then he went on to start his own thing with Certain Affinity. Certain Affinity has been rumored and confirmed to be making a game mode for Halo Infinite. What's new and what's different is that they put a tweet out recently that said, we've been a part of the Halo franchise for more than 15 years, and we're honored to say we are deepening our relationship with 343. Now, this could mean a couple different things. But they go on to say, and we have been entrusted with further evolving Halo Infinite in some new and exciting ways. They're also hiring for a bunch of Halo related roles. So this got everybody kind of buzzing and talking about. We know that season 2 is going to be all about lone wolves. And I think, I forget where the rumor came from, but I think there was an article from Windows Central that back in February, maybe earlier than that, where they had confirmed that Certain Affinity had been helping out with Halo Infinite. And it was suggested that they were making a new game mode. The code name for it was Tatanka or something like that. And there's some speculation on what it was going to be. They said it was going to be kind of like a casual, friendly Halo experience, especially because Halo right now in Arena is like super competitive. But there is a lot of speculation that it could be a battle royale. And there's a little bit more evidence now that it could be a battle royale, or at the very least, Halo's take on a battle royale. Maybe not a straight, battle royale, kind of like Call of Duty Warzone or Apex or Fortnite, but something kind of like along those lines. So I want to ask you guys what you think about Certain Affinity coming on board with 343, and what this could mean deepening our relationship. I know sometimes that we sort of struggle when we have 3 people on the podcast, so I think that I might do this like a little bit roundtable-y, at least in the beginning, until we're kind of flowing here. Mystery, when they say deepening our relationship with 343, what does that sound like to you?
It sounds great. It sounds like they're getting some help and they need help.
Now they're
working closely. That's all I can think of,
Yeah, they had always been working closely though. So I'm trying to think of I'm trying to speculate on like what deepening that relationship could mean or could look like.
Maybe they're just they have all hands on deck specifically on maybe that one game type, and that's about it. Or there could be maybe a little bit more of a spin-off possibly in the future, maybe, potentially. We'd have to see, but I think they're multiplayer focused anyways, so
yeah, they're definitely multiplayer focused. There's also some rumors that they're making their own game right now too, outside of what they're doing with Halo Infinite. Smells good. That phrase right there, deepening our relationship, what is that? What do you think? What do you think they could mean by that?
I don't know. I really don't know. Besides, I just hope that it means. If they're responsible for the Halo 2 multiplayer and Halo 3 multiplayer, at least had their hands in it, can't be a bad thing. So, I enjoy Halo how it is. I do, but it does get a bit stale. So a new, game type, even if it is how Mystery said, that if it's just all hands on deck for this game type, and it's going to be an awesome game type, whatever that is. If they do Battle Royale, I kind of did want it to be like their own flavor of Battle Royale. However, I don't have an idea for that, but however they do that, so it would be pretty decent.
Yeah, I'm wondering if, how Call of Duty, they have like the 2 main studios, Infinity Ward and Treyarch, and then they have all the support studios who do like zombies, and they'll do like, some they'll just come on board to help them with the development. I'm wondering if Certain Affinity is going to kind of become that for 343 Studios, where maybe Certain Affinity will come along and will be basically a support studio, not owned by Microsoft, but contracted by Microsoft to help with Halo Infinite. Especially when you look at all the job positions that kind of opened up for Halo Infinite, it's clear that the fans are like, hey, we need more. So what better way to do it than by hiring the former Halo 2 multiplayer lead Max Oberman's company to come in and develop something? And yeah, they're making a new game mode, which is awesome and exciting. The idea of them deepening a relationship, though, I think speaks to something more than them just making a game mode. I think that this actually is a little bit more evidence for something like a battle royale, where for Call of Duty, at least, Call of Duty Warzone launched alongside Call of Duty Modern Warfare. But the Infinity Ward team that made Call of Duty Modern Warfare is not the same team that's ongoing the support for Call of Duty Warzone. There's a separate development studio that's doing that for Call of Duty Warzone. So it makes me wonder, is Certain Affinity not just developing this game mode, but are they kind of like in the Halo Infinite Warthog with 343, and they're going to be updating this game mode and developing it beyond? Maybe it's not just a game mode, maybe it's like a whole experience, and they're going to be further developing it even after it releases. That's kind of what that sounded like to me. Deepening our relationship, because they've always worked. They've worked with Halo. They've worked with 343 on a lot. Let me see here. On Eurogamer.net, it says they were a co-developer for 343 on Halo Waypoint, which sounds weird. I guess that means the website. Halo Reach, Halo 4, and Halo the Master Chief Collection. So Certain Affinity's done a lot with 343, but now there's a different kind of talk of, yeah, we're deepening our relationship. So I think that that's kind of interesting. If that is the case, where they're going to be developing a game mode and then going ahead and doing like ongoing development for it, I think that makes it a little bit more likely that it's going to be a battle royale kind of experience. I think we're getting closer to that. I don't see Halo doing 100 players dropping onto a map. I don't know if they can handle that many players in a lobby, but I think that we're going to get something that's kind of, you know, some kind of experience that's
it's
different.
Invasion 2.0.
I mean, like, maybe it could be, right? Like it might be something that's more along like the lines of something that would, and they have said that it's going to be more casual friendly. So maybe it is like an invasion kind of thing, or like a Warzone from Halo 5 coming back, and maybe like a different kind of take on it.
Could be, yeah, it could be a different take on like a Warzone / like Invasion like 2.0.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there are signs and there's rumors that's pointing to it being more of a free for all kind of thing. So I think that that's why people are thinking battle royale. Tatanka, or whatever that word is, that's the code name for the project that they're working on for Halo Infinite. Turns out is the name of some wrestler from way back whenever who, ready for this? He was the champion in whatever kind of battle royale. Like, they literally called it the battle royale of like whatever that wrestling league was. I think Sean W had talked about that in the YouTube video that I had seen earlier today, and I thought that was kind of interesting. Like, people are looking for all these kind of different connections, and so if you're connected to the world of wrestling, and I don't know what league or what federation or whatever they're called, organization that one belongs to, but it's just like a little bit more evidence pointing to a battle royale. And I think, I don't know, that kind of has me excited. I'm just excited for any kind of new Halo mode, you know?
But that's just a theory. A Halo theory.
If you're looking for further evidence, the Xbox account responded to Certain Affinity's tweet with a tweet of a GIF of ODSTs saying "prepare to drop."
Oh, dude, it's a BR. Dude, if you drop in, like, dude, I don't know, I would love a BR too. Like, if you drop in, you have all these different ways of customizing your character, hopefully, maybe, and you can be all these different Spartans going in with maybe, I agree, probably not 100 people. Maybe they go like the Apex route where it's like trios, and what is it, like 60 people drop or something like that?
Yeah, I think Apex did 60. I know that Battlefield 5 did. I think they did 60 as well. I think that number works fine. Even if it was a little bit lower than that, I think it could still work.
I was gonna say, even if the maps are kind of scaled down, but it's still like a BR of sort. Again, like I hope their BR is not just fucking Halo and Fortnite mixed together or something, or like it's something they kind of change the game on. Hopefully.
I think Halo fans. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good.
I was just gonna say, I think that Halo fans would revolt en masse if they were to make like a Fortnite clone, but it's Halo. Mystery, how would you feel about that?
Oh my god, what is that? What's that meme? It's that guy from Fortnite.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, Master Chief's been in Battle Royale more than we've ever been able to even play Battle Royale.
That's funny, yeah. So yeah, I think what I would like to see, like if I can put on sort of like my dreaming hat here, like, okay, Trax, we have you in the office. We're coming out with a new mode for Halo Infinite. Max Overman asked you to come in and give a presentation on what you think the new game mode should be. I have a little bit of a not a theory, but I have a little bit of an idea here. Okay, ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay, so this and tell me if this is a stupid idea. So, Mystery, do you remember the elephant from Halo 3, that giant vehicle that's like real big?
Yep.
On the map Sandstorm. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine 8 of those vehicles with like a squad of players on each of them, but the vehicles move a lot quicker, and there's this big kind of like Halo space to kind of move around in, and your goal is to like go from vehicle to vehicle and like take over the vehicle and kill a team in a vehicle and then get back into your elephant and keep trying to get like the other ones. Like, I'm trying to think of like a different take on what a battle royale could be that was like more of like a Halo kind of thing. And I don't know, for some reason, like my mind came to that. I don't know. It's hard to think of like what a battle royale like game could be for a Halo that's not exactly a clone of Call of Duty Warzone or Fortnite. And like it's almost hard to imagine, but like I don't know, my mind went to that thing, and I don't even know if that would be a good game mode, but I'm trying to think of like how do you do it differently,
Yeah, I kind of like, I mean, this is just literally came to me now, but I kind of like the idea of involving the game types that we already have in Halo somehow. Like, you obviously can't do like capture the flag, or like at that point you're just like basically doing like big team capture the flag. But if you have said flags in different locations of the map, where maybe certain flags give you certain amount of tiers of points in the highly dropped areas, maybe, I don't know, and you have to secure that flag to a different part of the map, maybe to gain some score, or maybe even the oddball. You could have different kinds of like the game types we already have maybe explored within Battle Royale.
Dude, you just got my mind on fire right there. What if different teams go down? Okay. Or like, what if you pick where you're going on the map, and like it's like a real short game of some kind of like game mode in Halo. It's like you go down with your squad of 4, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, in order to take over this territory, you have to do a real quick game of oddball first to like 100 points. And then if you do that, you got that territory, and now you got to find like another territory to try and go into, and the other team has to do the same kind of thing, and then you guys are put it into like a real quick like capture the flag game, and it's like, instead of battle royale where everyone's going and it's just like last man surviving, this game is a little bit more like, okay, you got to win this game type, now you got to win this game type in order to like defeat other teams.
I mean, that would be at least a cool game type in anything.
It would definitely be different. Mystery, how would you feel about something like that?
That would be super convoluted. There would be too much. You'd be too much. You have like
dream a little.
You have 13,000 icons on your damn screen.
No,
you wouldn't know where to go or what to do.
Sure, you just have the ones that are close to you. Maybe you could. They could figure that out.
I think kind of like, like you're landing on the map. Like, say you pull up your map, like, where we landing, boys? Pull up the map, and it's coded basically, kind of how it is just by name in Fortnite. But it's like, dude, if I land there, I know I know I'm going to have to capture the oddball and go in a round of oddball. And then
Right.
maybe if you win that round of oddball, like, yeah, obviously you're eliminating that team that took the L. You have the choice. You can go, yo, I'm better at flag, I'm better at Slayer, whatever it is. You're going to fall in these little mini arenas. And then, I don't know, when you win, maybe you're waiting in another pod. You got dropped back down again.
Yeah, maybe it's like
drop it back down.
like a mini tournament kind of thing where like you're playing these real quick games against other teams. I don't hate
would
that.
Would the other teams be
Yeah.
able to mess around with your game, or is it literally just strictly like the 2 teams in that one area?
Who knows? We're
Like,
making this up
I
as we
don't
go
know.
along. You can do
Yeah,
whatever
Well,
you
that's what
want.
I'm asking you guys.
Be a force field between the arenas a bit. I don't know.
That would be so annoying if like you're playing another team and then like on top of the cliffs or whatever,
Yeah,
just
like
like 2 other teams just throwing grenades down and shit like that.
All of a sudden, it's gone from Battle Royale to Battle Coliseum.
Someone just comes up with an oddball and smacks the shit out of you with the flag. Like, what the hell is going on? Like, go square your flag, bro.
I like that. I like that train of thought.
I think there's something to that. Like, that should at least be emailed to 343.
Yeah. I like that. I like that idea of like little mini, shortened versions of actual games and
But
matchmaking.
Even if it's like you're saying, like, say it's mini, say it's still Battle Royale, and this is all I need for something to be slightly different in the Battle Royale field. Maybe there is, like, how there's mini games in Fortnite now. You can go, like, fight all these random computer things, and they drop weapons and shit. Maybe, like, if you run up to, like, there's a capture the flag arena, like, you can guarantee yourself better loot if you pop in that thing and win that mini game or whatever, and you're back on the field with your little BR fully customized and you're ready to shoot people's heads off.
You know how in on how Call of Duty Warzone, if you die, you go into the gulag and then you wait for somebody to come in and then it's just like a 1v1?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What if it's like that, but instead of you dying and going into the gulag, like if you come up against another player, what happens is automatically you 2 are transformed to another room where there's like a mini game, whether it be capture the flag or oddball or king of the hill or whatever, that you have to like 1v1 somebody in, and then whoever wins that can like come out of the bubble and then move on around the map again.
All right.
You're like, I don't know about that, but
I would
okay.
like smashing somebody with the oddball. What do you think, Mystery?
I'm so confused.
That
I'm not following. I'm so confused right now.
That would be a great gulag just in itself. Like, the gulag in Halo is just oddball boxing. You gotta box each other with oddball.
That'd be funny. I like it. Whatever they do. Look, at the end of the day, we just need something more than what we have right now in Halo Infinite. So it's like, okay, whatever they come up with, I'm on board for it because I just want something more for this game.
Yeah.
So whatever they're doing, and I'm sure we'll get some more leaks as time goes on, but
Being back on Fortnite recently, like, speaking about new games, like, obviously they have that creative mode, and Halo had Forge in our long past time, and we're all longing for Forge because we know what will come from Forge. Like, we
all the
don't,
mini
but we
games and
do.
stuff. Yeah.
And like, Fortnite just has so many mini games now. I'm like, they have Rat Race. I'm like, dude, like, look over to my nephew, and I'm like, dude, did you ever play the Rat Race game? Like, where like you can snipe at people and they're just running through like a course. He's like, no, man. I'm like, dude, I played this on Halo, and my nephew's like in love with Rat Race on there now.
Yeah.
It's like every mode, he's like, dude, I didn't even know all these modes were here. Like,
yeah, that's one of the things where like I look at like kids who are playing Roblox, right? And what is it? It's a bunch of different mini games that you can plug into. Same thing with Fortnite. There's a bunch of different mini games that you can plug into. And the people are screaming for a battle royale for Halo, but I really think the future of Halo could be like what we had in the past, but just more available and accessible, which are mini games for Halo. And like you do need a robust Forge and maybe a file share and a browser system and everything like that in place, but I really think that's like that could be enough. I think that's almost more important than anything else for Halo Infinite to get right and to do. I don't know. I feel like mini games have always been fun and exciting. Back in the day, Mario Party. I loved playing it because there were just all these little different mini games that you could play and they were fun. And with Halo, like in Halo 2 at least, that's when I know that custom games were, you know, kind of big, and there's a lot, you know, going on with the honor system and stuff like that to make these games work. But you know, it was like the late nights playing custom games that were just so much fun. Even in Halo Reach, when we did the Mystery, remind me of the name of that event.
Which event?
The Halo,
Halo
Reach.
Reach?
Yeah, the event that we put on for Avenged Crusade. The Avenged Crusade event.
The memorial stream, yeah.
The memorial stream where we're doing all like the mini games for Halo Reach. Like we went back to Halo Reach the other week because we just wanted to do custom games because they're so much fun. And it's like that's so important, I think, for the game's life, and I hope that we get that soon. I know we're waiting on Forge, and we're going to be waiting longer for a game browser and everything like that. But I think the future of Halo really lies with Forge and custom games and mini games and stuff like that.
Yeah, I pretty much 100% agree with that statement. So I mean, that it's the simplicity of even just playing zombies back in the day. Like the game is so simple, but it was different, and it was just great fun, like laughing fun. You can be annoying to people. Like it was just such a great game.
Yeah, and you don't have to do anything crazy. Like you don't have to reinvent Infection. Just give us what we had. It was awesome. It was so much fun. It's like the game mode, all the extra stuff that they try to do with game mode, sometimes like it's like just too much, right? And Mystery, you always tell me like keep it simple, stupid. It's like, yeah, like just keep Infection simple. Like you don't have to make it nuts. I bet players would be perfectly fine if they just went from, you know, red to the color green like you had to back in Halo 2 to identify who's a zombie and who's not a zombie, instead of like in Halo 5 you actually had they had flood models, you know, that players were. And so yeah, you don't even need all that, dude. Like just give us the game mode.
You're just wasting time developing all that when you could just we created the game mode. You didn't create the game mode. That's what they have to realize on and something. Every game developer, I guess, like we created those modes and we like them that way.
Yeah. Game Warrior says
we created it. Yeah.
Sorry. What did you say, Mystery?
I said you guys gave us the tools, but we created it.
Yeah, exactly. Game Warrior in the chat says Halo 5. There were some people who made a battle royale. It is true that there were game modes in Halo 5 that were made so that way it was like, you know, one life and you kind of ran around the map trying to find guns and stuff like that. In the same vein that Big Team Battle in Halo 5 suffered because it was all done in Forge, there is a difference between what people do in Forge and what's done by the developers. And if you have a developer made battle royale, there's awareness about it. There's more people who are playing it. There's going to be more polish than whatever is made with Forge. And so I understand like some people hate battle royale and they're just like, dude, we already had this in Halo 5. Nobody played it. Nobody liked it. I think it's different when you have the developers behind it making it. Same with Big Team Battle in Halo 5. It was all Forge maps, and Big Team Battle suffered because of it. And, you know, Big Team Battle, the biggest criticism, I think, for Halo 5 at launch was like there was no Big Team Battle maps, and there ended up never being any Big Team Battle maps. So like, although you can do a lot in Forge, custom games are like the perfect thing for Forge, but making a game mode that's as big and resource heavy like a battle royale, I just don't think anything that's done in Forge is gonna equal something that, like, you know, certain Affinity could do with like a year of time trying to develop and make.
Yeah, I mean, Forge can be like the seed at times, and like creative mode too, you know, is the seed where they're like, oh damn, like people really like this type of game mode. We should get on that.
Yeah, maybe we should take it and kind of develop it and turn it into something, you know?
Definitely.
I hope at some point in Halo Infinite we have every single game mode that's ever been in Halo Infinite.
That'd be so cool.
If it's not, then it's false advertising. It's not Halo Infinite. It's Halo Highly Restrained. Like, it's Halo Highly Restrained.
Halo Contained.
Halo Contained. There we go.
Halo, very finite.
Halo Finite.
Finite. There you go. Yeah, even better.
I don't know. I agree. Like, battle royale is hip and it's kind of like a buzzword basically in the gaming industry is battle royale, and it's Fortnite. There's numbers behind Fortnite like that are just insanity. So it's like, why wouldn't you want some of like that money if it is some of that on top of like, you know, BR is what's hip, but like I think Forge is definitely, or just a creative mode, like whatever you want to call it. In many games, Forge is like, you know, necessary.
That's it. Yeah,
for
I
life.
think Forge might be the most important thing for Halo Infinite to get right and do. And then a way to share that kind of content and for people to get it easy,
Yeah.
like a game browser or something like that. So, you know, I'm sure that they're aware of it. I know that they're working on it, and they're saying it's going to come out when it's ready. From what I hear, there are some people in early flight testing for Forge right now.
Nice.
So they're going to do flights later on this, I guess, in a month or two or a couple months. There's going to be people, or there's going to be flighting for Forge for Halo Insiders. And then at some point this year, we'll get an actual Forge. And hopefully when we get that, there's an easy way to get these game modes and stuff like that and game and maps. And we can have
share, custom game
great
browser
time
or
with it.
something,
Yeah.
I just went super low.
Would you say it smells good?
I just like brought my chair lower. I'm like, oh, still see me. I want to match you.
Oh,
Like,
you're fine.
Have our shirts like at the same height.
You can put your I can move up if you want me to.
Just kidding. I just noticed when I looked over. I was like, oh, nice. We're like the same exact shirt height now.
Come to the live streams every Wednesday night. We do the live streams around 9 o'clock. Now it's kind of like 9:15, 9:30 ish. And you can see our wonderful collared shirts, t-shirts, on our webcams.
Mine's like glowing. It's wrong shirt to wear.
Let's talk some more Halo here. Mystery, you had sent me some things. Do you want to bring up one of these topics?
Which one do you want me to bring up?
Let's bring up whatever one you want to talk about first.
Surprise me.
Surprise you? Well, there was an article that had brought up a third-person version of the Halo Infinite campaign.
Oh yeah.
Somebody had modded it. Opulent Halo had modded it. Apparently, I was looking into it a little further. Apparently, it's been around for a couple months. But I guess it must have just caught wind now. But Opulent Halo on YouTube has videos of him modding the Halo Infinite campaign to be playable in third-person perspective.
That's pretty cool.
It looks very different.
What do you think
when you play it?
What do you think about Halo Infinite in the third person view, Mystery?
I mean, it was an interesting thing. I still think if you're gonna do Master Chief, let's keep it to a first person perspective because of the idea of what the Master Chief was meant to be. Right, but I wouldn't be opposed to trying to see maybe another game title in the future that is a third person perspective, in the something like that in the future.
Do you think that Halo should have like an option for you to play in first or third person?
I wouldn't see that as a bad thing. I feel like there are games that do that already, right?
Well,
Yeah.
famously, Skyrim has that where you can go between first and third person. I think all Bethesda games have that actually.
Well, Super People is a game I've tried out before. It's PC and it's only keyboard and mouse, but you can do that in game. It's a battle royale with like kind of like Apex where the characters have different abilities as well, but you can switch from first or third person and play that. And you can also you could queue up first or third person if you want to be in only whichever one you want to be in.
I think one of the last things I would. Sorry, go ahead.
Crazy. Yeah, sorry. I watched the video right now. It's about to finish.
Yeah.
It looks awesome. I mean, in campaign, it looks kind of cool.
It does, right?
Yeah.
There's something about third-person Halo that I think intrigues people. I'm not exactly sure what it is about it.
It's seeing Chief's ass. Look at that ass.
You think that's it?
That's what it is. There is a different kind of flow to it in third person for sure. Even though the movement is still technically the same, but when you're seeing Master Chief do it in third person, make those actions, it feels a little different, even though it's the same thing.
Yeah.
like
No.
seeing his athleticism running down, like it's beautiful, dude.
I don't know. Do you feel more powerful watching it in third person, or do you feel more powerful like experiencing it in first person?
I don't know, really. I mean, it just felt awesome watching it. Like it felt like it opened up, like I don't know, you could see so much more of the map while he was running around, and like I don't know, it's kind of like how I turn up my field of view, and I feel like I'm running faster. Like it seems like the screen's moving faster, everything's moving faster when I up my field of view in any game. So like
That's interesting.
like
Okay.
third, watching him move in like third party or third person was like I felt like Chief was running faster and everything. Like it looked like Chief was moving faster. Like it seemed like he was like a super soldier there. You can't see any of that, you know, when in first person.
I almost feel like I would rather, like, if I'm watching somebody stream, I almost feel like I would rather watch it in third person.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Right? Like this looks so fun to watch. I don't know if I would want to play it in first person.
Yeah.
But like this is very entertaining to watch. I'm watching it right now.
I wouldn't mind playing it in third. Like I would try it out. Like I would definitely try it out and see what it's hitting for. But like I've tried a couple third person games and I don't mind them. Like same with, like you said, Skyrim. Like you pop in and out of them even. Like I kind of do like that option.
Yeah, I don't hate that. It looks so interesting. I don't. It's hard to describe. We're gonna have this video up in the podcast dump on our Discord, so you can check it out if you haven't seen this video yet. But it's.
I found it really interesting that Smells Goods had thought that, like, or at least he's. It seems like, in his mind, like you can see a lot more.
Oh, you can definitely see more for sure. Yeah.
Really, because I feel like the character takes up most of a lot of the screen, so I feel like you see less.
It's the peripherals where you can see more. You can see more to the left of Chief and more to the right of Chief.
Oh, is that what you mean? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I don't know.
Because I noticed that the player was using the threat sensor quite a bit, right? And I was just wondering if he was using it quite a bit, mostly because, like, you know, maybe it's a little harder for them to see like enemies at a distance as opposed to being in the first person perspective.
Definitely.
Right? Because how often did you? I mean, I didn't really use it too often in the campaign when I had played it. But I mean, seeing it being used way more often in a third person perspective, I mean, it gave it more use, I suppose.
Well, I think there's also a different way of playing third person perspective games. Like I know that in Fortnite, okay, so like in the same way that in Halo, your eyes are trained to the motion sensor. In Fortnite, my eyes are trained to almost look down, or like I actually don't know exactly what I do, but I do it automatically. I move my camera and my character in a certain way for me to look at sort of like the distance and the horizon, and like that's where my eyes are trained and kind of like focused. So when you're playing a third person game, like yeah, your character could be right in front of something that you need to look at for sure. And maybe it's as simple as moving the camera back a little bit further away from Chief, so that way it doesn't take up as much of the screen. But I definitely think that there's like another way of like playing third person games too, where like you instinctively will kind of like move the camera around in certain ways to adjust for Master Chief's body being like right there in front of you.
Yeah, I feel like I kind of like wobble, you know, I'm kind of like wobbling the screen, checking my left, checking my right, hitting every little spot almost. But like, I feel like if I'm in third person, and that's why I'd really like the ability to switch if it were possible. But like, third person for me is like exploration time. Like if I'm running up on somebody, and I can pop up in the first person, I'm going to probably 100% of the time if I could just hit a button and be in first person to go through this battle.
Yeah.
And even as I'm watching this guy shoot his BR, so like if you ADS, like you still have ADS in Fortnite, so when you look down the scope, like it becomes, you know, basically first person in that part, like it's not there. So like if I could run around as Chief, but when I look down my ADS, I actually look down my ADS and still scope, I would probably have fun with that on campaign, like running around with the Chief experience. Like when he's zipping around, he looks like George of the Jungle.
I think also too, like there's something about the third person point of view where like the visuals really come through. So seeing Chief in his armor, seeing him hold the sniper rifle as he kind of like jumps down onto his enemies. And I can also imagine too, like I'm just imagining the way that I would explore the campaign missions like Delta Halo back in the day with Halo 2, like being able to see Chief and kind of like see the canvases that Bungie would make and see all the detail in the background with like Chief right there. It's almost like I am, it's almost like I'm watching just
You're a Marine.
yeah, I'm just like watching something that's very beautiful, and like here's my guy in it, here's the Master Chief in it with this beautiful background behind him. So
You're like one of the Spartans in the show that they're like, Chief always has a plan.
exactly.
Yeah, like you're running behind Chief and you're like, let's go.
exactly like that. Yeah, the third person thing is interesting. It definitely makes me think that maybe at some point they should develop a Halo experience that's in the third person, and I don't know what that would look like, but I don't hate third person Halo. I think there is something special about Halo always being in first person, but maybe a spin-off game or something like that that's in the third person, like maybe that could be okay. Maybe that could be kind of cool.
Yeah, I think in Halo it's kind of like a sin to even like almost suggest third person because of like the heroic, world saving character that you get to fill the shoes of kind of feel with the first person.
Yeah.
But that video looks sick. And if it was in campaign only, even like, I mean, why not give another little option of to see the world all your developers and hard workers put work into anyway? I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I would definitely keep it out of multiplayer for sure.
Yeah.
A third-person Halo game could probably fit in maybe like a Forerunner type game.
What makes you say like Forerunner instead of? I was actually thinking Blue Team when I was thinking about
this. I was thinking Forerunner mostly because of the fact that not many people know too much about the Forerunner or understand too much about the Forerunners.
Okay.
Right? So if you kind of have your main character revolving around a Forerunner character, when you're in a third-person perspective, you'd be able to, of course, see your character reacting to situations and so on, and like and interacting with the environment and such, giving you a better understanding of what like the Forerunner type, like the Forerunner style was like. And not just that, you can also convey a little bit more emotion in a third-person perspective as opposed to a first-person perspective. So that's kind of where I was thinking a third-person game could probably fit in a Halo universe.
Interesting. Okay.
I think did Destiny have that ability? No, I'm thinking back. Like, could you kind of switch in between third person and first person?
It's a good question. I kind of remember.
I feel like you could.
I definitely remember it being first person, but I feel like there might have been like certain areas in the game.
Yeah, I think it was first person, and there's like maybe it was just when you were on your little motorbike thingy.
Yeah, when you're on the motorbike thingy, and then when you are. Okay, Silly Goose Nest in the chat says only when you eat. Sorry, say that again, Mystery.
What about in the hub world?
Yeah, the hub world. I think you were in third person too.
Okay. Yeah, that's why I was thinking about it. Probably
In the tower. Nesta says only when you emote would you be in the third. So it's mostly first person, except for emoting in the vehicles or in that tower. I mean, look, Halo goes to third person when you're in a vehicle.
When you're carrying a turret as well.
I mean, it looks.
Or when you're carrying a turret, yeah.
So just carry a turret through all of Halo and you can play in third person.
This is how you emulate that mod without actually getting the mod.
Yeah, I'll show you Halo in the third person.
You thought too hard, guy.
That's kind of funny, actually. Yeah, so I wouldn't mind a spin-off for Halo in the future that could be third person. I like looking at it in third person more than first person. I think like if I'm watching somebody else play, but it's neat. It's neat.
Yeah, I
actually,
think
theater mode. I think it was Halo 4 theater mode? It was very much like if you weren't playing, or if you weren't viewing yourself, you were viewing the other person in third person.
Yeah, they didn't bring in the first person perspective until Halo 5, and even then it didn't really work all that great. Because it was easier to follow around a character model than it was to like, okay, what did their actual screen look like?
Yeah, I kind of like what you said about the Forerunners though too. Kind of like I'm just reading about it now too, based on what you said too. That would be decent. Yeah, I mean you're kind of getting that third person perspective of that, and I don't know.
There's also a neat little thing that they can probably do with scale. You know, like you can see these large Forerunner structures, and you can kind of have if you're seeing your character model in the screen as opposed to the first person perspective, like you can get a better sense of scale. Whenever you're dealing with some of those bigger Forerunner structures.
This
Certainly
is
true.
literally the same as what was the show I just watched, the Eternals. The guy from the Eternals, like the Forerunners are pretty much those people. Just reading about it. Like they basically put seeds in a bunch of different fertile worlds throughout the Milky Way galaxy, which is exactly what the Eternals did. But anyway.
Smells good second, but I digress.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's kind of neat. I think that's interesting.
Hit us with something else.
Mystery, is there anything else about the third person point of view that you want to get into?
I was gonna ask, do you think it could work for? Remember how you mentioned the rise of like the Covenant or something?
Yeah.
Being a potential like spin-off game or an anime, right? Like, what if you had like you play as some kind of arbiter or something that you're able to dual wield swords, right? The energy swords, and like maybe you're just because of course the arbiter and the nature of the arbiter, he's meant to go on suicidal missions kind of thing, right?
Yeah, dude. So if you give me dual swords, I will third person the shit out of that for sure.
Yeah, but like think of it as like what if it was like a God of War style game. Where you have the third person perspective and you get this crazy scale of it wouldn't be scale in regards to the Titans because you don't have Titans or whatever. It would be more of a scale in regards to how many enemies you have to take on.
So a hack and slash Halo game, third person of the arbiters in the formation of the Covenant.
Give it some dungeons
something like
shit.
that. Yeah.
Blood dungeons.
I'm for
Covenant dungeons.
I love it. I love that idea.
Dungeons.
Just dungeons.
Dungeons
left, dungeons right.
2 swords, whack, whack, whack. You party up with your boys too.
I love that idea.
Yeah, like would you get like what kind of cool upgrades would you be able to get as the arbiter? Like yes, you can get dual wielded swords, but like what other things could be cool to upgrade yourself? Because that's the thing in God of War as well, right?
Hammer has to get used somehow.
I never played God of War, so I don't know anything about that game.
Just start dual wielding hammers all of a sudden, like just start doing like this whole like spinning move with hammers, and there you go.
Yeah, I don't know if you could get different moves and stuff like that. Like that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, like different kinds of executions or something.
Different splash effects too, where like you hit more enemies at once or whatever. Like some kind of charge out. You're like. Some laser comes out your swords.
Real quick, Paige is asking in the chat, what the fuck was that? Did somebody like roar earlier? That was my sound of an elite dying.
Nice.
And like Halo CE?
Yeah, that's what that was. But yeah, hack and slash Halo game. I love that idea.
I played Diablo before, and like I know like that Minecraft dungeons now. Like that would be awesome. And that third party perspective be sick. Especially, like you said, the Arbiter. I love the Arbiter, too.
Right, yeah, exactly. I mean, you were able to play as an Arbiter in Halo Wars, right? He was one of the playable leaders, and you had, like, a top-down view when you took control of him, and he was taking on, armies all by himself. But just imagine that in a third-person perspective.
Hell yeah.
Right? Like, you're seeing armies in front of you now instead of, like, the top view of armies. Which could be really, really cool.
Yeah, I mean, even going back to like Dynasty Warriors, like I would just play the shit out of that game at times where it's just like, bring it on, masses of people, I'm gonna destroy everything, I'm gonna win this game too. I think that would be awesome. And they could put like, we could kind of put like some kind of story behind them, like you're beating the levels or whatever, like I don't know, you're achieving something. Maybe
right, yeah, of course. So
you're
like,
looking for something.
You're either looking for something, or you're somehow in some way, shape, or form making this huge rise of the Covenant. Like the Covenant is becoming a thing because of you.
Yeah, definitely.
And your fights. Maybe you can be doing the whole elites versus the grunts war, and you're seeing like masses upon masses of grunts. You have to kind of just slaughter your way through.
That'd be great.
Or like even just you're making your way to like the worm world of the hunters, and you're trying to tame the hunters and all that stuff. Like
Oh, dude, you just need to work for 343, bro. Give 'em
We need to. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
me?
put us in the-
This
put us
is
in
the
the think
unofficial
tank.
think tank, sir.
You're gonna have to start just find somebody, like, even if it's Soberman or whatever his name is, just start emailing him the link every day.
Soberman.
Email him the link every day.
Yeah, we
Like,
got an idea here. Bring us
watch
in.
this thing. Watch this thing.
Give me a bunch of people who actually know how to do stuff, and I'll boss them around and tell them how to make something cool.
Eventually, he's gonna be, bro. You've emailed me 100 times. He's like, well, watch the podcast then.
Yeah. If you listen to the podcast and did what we were talking about, you wouldn't have to get all these emails from me. I'm trying to think if there's any Xbox studios that Microsoft has bought recently that has a history with hack and slash games. It would be very easy to throw them onto.
How were those Lord of the Rings games? There was
Great.
the 2 that came out.
Yeah, from what I heard, they were great.
Was that third person?
Yes.
I remember the old Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
game,
remember the
great.
old. You ever played Lord of the Rings: Return of the King, where you had all the characters and you could level them up and shit?
Return of the King was like we legitimately like would take turns and just like with me and a couple of my friends like just play the shit out of game and be like, all right, bro, you wanna go slay?
Yeah, I played so much of that game. But back on topic.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine. Shadow of Mordor is the Lord of the Rings game that was done recently, and it was kind of like Lord of the Rings meets Assassin's Creed, maybe, from what I understood. And then they had this whole special system about, you know, taking over your enemies, and then, you know, it, you know, having some more effects. But yeah, Mystery, what studio was that? Does Microsoft own them now?
I don't know. That was my next question. I don't know what studio that was, but like maybe they could kind of like, if it was as good of a game that people are saying, maybe it could be worth looking into, like seeing if they can find a way to expand the Halo universe with that developer.
Monolith.
Oh,
I think
nice.
Monolith might be owned by
The publisher was Warner Bros. At the time.
Xbox. Let me see here. No, Monolith is owned by Warner Brothers.
Well, screw them.
What else did they make? Oh, they made Fear back in the day. Oh, in 2005.
Oh, okay. And Fear, that was a first-person shooter type.
That was a first-person shooter, yeah.
Right. So that was a horror game too, if I remember correctly. So like, I mean, hey, there could be something there.
I wonder if Monolith is independent. Who owns Monolith?
It just says they're a subsidiary of Warner Bros. Which I don't know the technical definition of subsidiary is besides like.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, they're owned by Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Wow. Good for
Oh, they're
Warner
owned by
Brothers,
Warner
I guess.
Brothers? Okay, well. So I guess that wouldn't you kind of throw that one out the window, I suppose.
Bugs Bunny sucks.
We could just we could just you know get in contact with those developers and be like, hey, so you know, you want to work with maybe like a branch of certain affinity or 343 Industries here, and
We'll just wait for Microsoft to purchase Warner Brothers.
Yeah, I
or
remember
that too.
people
Okay,
talking
fine.
about this
All right,
game.
let's take the fun out of it.
It doesn't take the fun out of it. That's exciting. If Microsoft was all of a sudden like, yeah, we're purchasing Warner Brothers Studios and Warner Brothers everything, like that'd be nuts.
Oh my god, then we can have Justice League crossover with the Halo universe.
I don't even think
Exactly.
the government would let that happen, dude.
Yeah, the government would be like,
They shut that
Microsoft.
down.
Space Jam 3, you'll have Master Chief in the background.
There we go.
Well, that was the best. I don't want to get off topic. That was the best part of Space Jam 2. That was like the only good part, and it kind of sucks still. Was like when you would see like all the random characters in the background of the game. Like, yo, the mask got the game. Sick.
That unfortunate moment when you're sitting there and you're realizing you're supposed to be watching a basketball game, but you're spending more time watching who's watching the basketball game.
Exactly. I'm like, oh, King Kong's watching the game. Sick.
This is great, yeah.
Anyway, Master Chief and Halo, they should put a basketball game in the game.
Oh my god, what if they start doing that? Microsoft owns all these properties, so they start doing like Xbox team racing and shit like that. Yeah, and it's just like Master Chief on a cart, Doom guy on a cart, all the properties, they start getting all the characters together for shit like that. You think that would work?
I mean, if they did like a little guys, like mini Chiefs and like baby Peeps almost for like the kids, and then like it kind of became like a dude, this was made for kids. What? I love this game.
You have the child Spartans in there.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, we're just gonna have like a Super Smash Brothers game.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like mini Chief, like little kid chief, like in his little gear and stuff, like whooping ass.
Oh, that's perfect. Throwing rocks and stuff.
Yeah.
Throwing rocks! Yes.
This is perfect.
Subtle nod to the fall of Reach.
He like suddenly jumps into like a warthog and like drives forward for a little bit to hit some of the other characters. Like that's one of his special abilities.
We get like a 2D like Super Mario World style Halo Chief game.
This is
Mini
Oh
great.
my
game.
god, yes.
It's just a like an arcade game inside of like some random spot in Halo Infinite that you can play it though.
Yeah, there's a Halo Infinite map where that has the arcade, right? But like
Yeah.
make that
Oh,
one
yeah,
arcade
yeah,
like
right
actual play, playable.
Actual game on it, like, and you could play it in the middle of multiplayer, so people could be like, "Bro, what the fuck are you doing?" And you're like, "Dude, I just beat level 2."
I don't think you last long enough.
They would tie achievements to it and stuff like that. So there's always like one person in the corner trying to play the stupid arcade.
Yeah,
They have their own like little
100%.
custom animation while they're trying to play the game.
Everyone's little nephew that plays Halo would be the kid like, I'm playing the game I'm playing in the arcade. And like, dude, I'm gonna boot you from the party. Keep doing it. But
Oh man.
it would be cool. A Halo 2D. You're
Side
chief.
scrolling.
You jump on top of the grunts. Like the grunts are the little guys you would jump on and like, get out of here, bro.
Oh my god.
So
Okay.
what would be the equivalent to the mushroom then?
The mushroom.
What's the mushroom do? It makes you big?
I don't know. I guess just like the overshield, like little overshields on wheels.
Ah, yeah, it's a rolling overshield. Just
Yeah,
like the Halo
rolling
3 or-
overshield.
Yeah, the just like how Halo 3 it was like an orb. There you go. Yeah.
And then like the hammer guy, like remember the guy that throw hammers at you? Favorite guy, by the way.
It's Tartarus on a cloud that's just throwing his gravity hammers.
He's
at
throwing
you.
little gravity hammers at you, dude.
And you're having to dodge all yours, douche,
Yeah,
just like every time
definitely.
it lands.
Definitely. You got the fireballs of stickies, you know?
Yes.
Get out of here, stupid little mushroom.
It's perfect. So there is a hack and slash kind of game. It's not really a hack and slash game. It's more along the lines of a Elden Ring or a what's that other game that's really hard?
Dark Souls?
Dark Souls. Yeah.
So Ninja Theory makes
I've heard of this.
a franchise called Hellblade.
Yeah.
And Ninja Theory is owned by Microsoft, and who knows? Maybe they could hire them, or
There you go.
maybe a team from Ninja Theory.
Oh yeah, I think this is on Game Pass. I think I always pass it.
Yeah, it should be because they're owned by Microsoft now. But you could have like
Which
a Ninja
one's
Theory
Hellblade
version of
again?
Halo. What was that?
Which one's Hellblade? Is that the one that has the voices talking to you the entire time?
I don't know. I never played it.
I don't know, but it has crazy reviews. Got 9, 10 out of.
Yes. Okay, so
yeah,
this is
and
that
everything.
game where I think the character themselves has like multiple personalities or something like that, or like it's something where like the character themselves hears a lot of voices in their head, and it's like kind of distracting you while you're trying to make decisions and all that stuff. And it's supposed to emulate like what it is to have that kind of condition. I forgot what the condition actually was. I feel so bad for butchering this explanation.
That's okay.
Not MPD.
But yeah, so Hellblade makes that kind of game, and Hellblade makes that kind of game. Ninja Theory makes that kind of game. So theoretically, Microsoft could always ask them, "Hey, can you go ahead and work on this Halo thing?" That'd be kind of cool.
It could be. It could be really cool. I think I mean, based on I've seen a little bit of gameplay of this. I feel like they could probably pull off like a Forerunner-esque kind of game.
You're always about the Forerunners. That's so interesting. I look at Hellblade, I think Flood.
You think Flood?
Yeah, because it's like Hellblade's like a horror game. So I'm imagining a bunch of Flood infection forms, and you're an elite arbiter back in the day, or it wouldn't be back in the day, really, I guess. Maybe that's why Forerunner works, and that's why you said Forerunner. But I'm just thinking about like, a hack and slash game. Something with swords and third person point of view, slicing people up.
Paige is saying schizophrenia.
Oh,
Not multiple personality disorder.
Not multiple personalities.
Yeah, well, that's all
Beautiful
right.
mind.
Well, I
Close
was
enough.
way off. My apologies.
It's okay. One more thing here about Halo that I want to talk about. But before we move on, is there anything else that you guys want to add to the third person?
No, I think I got everything there.
Okay. what's it called? Firefight has been updated on the Master Chief Collection, and it includes Flood now. So there's like a Flood Firefight, and it got me thinking. Halo Infinite doesn't have any kind of firefight. I haven't really heard people talking about firefight for Halo Infinite, which is kind of interesting. It seems sort of lost in the long list of things that people want from Halo Infinite. Do you guys think that we will get a firefight for Halo Infinite? Do you think that we need or should have a firefight for Halo Infinite? And where on the priority list do you think that they should put a firefight?
There is something I would like to kind of like talk about later on at some point, but it requires you to get through the campaign.
Okay, so I need to get through the campaign first before we get your full ideas on firefight.
Before I get my full ideas on firefight.
Okay, that's fine. Just as a general idea, though, of having firefight in Halo Infinite, is it something that you would want to see sooner rather than later, or do you want them to kind of like get everything else out of the way first before they bring in firefight? And by everything else out of the way, I mean a custom browser, Forge, custom games fixed, more game modes and everything like that. Like how soon do you want to see a firefight in Halo Infinite, if you even want to see it at all?
Get co-op, get the co-op done, get the Forge done, and then work on firefight. Like it's not too much. It's not too high of a priority on my list. On my list personally.
Okay.
As fun as it is, like just mindlessly shooting a bunch of aliens and all that stuff. It's not that high of a priority for me personally.
Okay, smells good. How do you feel about?
If I wanted to play firefight, I can go to MCC.
There you go.
Never played firefight, but when I'm picking up, it's just horde mode from Gears of War. I love those types of modes in Gears of War. I definitely love those. But no, it would not be more important than any of the previously named modes, especially not Forge. Obviously, what I said earlier, like I think Forge is kind of like what we need to not die at this point. Maybe BR because of kind of, I guess maybe the masses like that shit, so maybe that would breathe life in it. But I think Forge is the most important. Firefight seems cool, but like I don't know.
I've personally never been big on firefight. I feel like I've always been missing out on some kind of experience because I know people love it. Call of Duty Zombies I was never into. I think that Gears of War horde mode I was into, but it was mostly because I just love sawing people in half with that one machine gun.
Yeah, they had like it was cool in Gears of War because they had that saw. But also, like, their weapons were just so crazy, and it was just a different experience.
Yeah.
Kind of like zombie-ish.
Right.
But, like, I don't know, it was crazy.
But I for whatever reason, Halo Firefight has never really appealed to me. I would like to try out the Flood Firefight. Maybe I might enjoy that a little bit more, but...
When it was available for flight testing, it was actually pretty intense.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty insane.
Is the firefight for Flood, is that ODST or is that Reach? And is Reach firefight even on MCC right now?
I think it definitely would be ODST, mostly because it uses the Halo 3 game engine anyways, and so they just kind of port over like the Halo 3
the Flood
models.
assets, right?
Yeah, I can't imagine it being on Halo Reach.
That makes sense.
I will say that like I definitely do kind of like that aspect because I did play Destiny, and you can kind of do that in Destiny. Like you find out little places in the area where you're just, mopping up enemies upon enemies upon enemies, and I think you're even like, if I remember in Destiny, like you're collecting something like all these orbs and all, so it benefited you to kill like a bunch of these enemies too.
Okay.
So like, and I do remember in Gears, I liked kind of like the leaderboards portion of the whole horde fire team mode, where it's like I feel like I can do this faster than everybody. I can clear this whole map faster than everybody, like get more kills than everybody, and like maybe that aspect is enjoyable. But kind of like you, I haven't really played it either, so anything other than horde besides like for that type of mode.
Right. Yeah, for whatever reason, it never grabbed me. So I recognize that there's some people who absolutely love firefight, and for them I would like to see it in Infinite, but I definitely would put it below. I'd put it way down on the list of things that need to get done right now, for sure.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, firefight for me is more of an ODST thing. When you're a Spartan, I feel like you're too invincible. When you're an ODST, you're very vulnerable. So I found ODST firefight to be way more challenging.
So you didn't really
And
like
I thought
reach
that was-
firefight?
I wasn't. Yeah, no, definitely wasn't a big fan of Reach Firefight.
Interesting.
I definitely preferred Halo 3 ODST firefight because you're not a Spartan.
Like the actual challenge, like.
And it was definitely far more challenging.
I would like that more too. Like if you describe it like that, like it's actually challenging. Like you're not just like there's no way you can possibly die. You're just mopping them up. Gets kind of boring to me.
Right, yeah, and you were
Interesting.
putting yourself in a corner where you have very little stamina. You're very reliant on health packs and all that stuff. As a human, as a Spartan, you have energy shields, and eventually they'll just come back. I mean, unless you have those skulls on, and but that's not until much later when it becomes significantly difficult, right?
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Well, why don't we go ahead and is there anything else going on with Halo that you guys want to talk about before we move on to listener questions here?
Oh, I was gonna ask if you wanted to talk about the tournament stuff because we have the champ here. Isn't that a thing? Isn't that a tradition you guys have?
Yeah, let's talk about the tournament. That's a good idea. I actually meant to talk about the tournament in the very beginning, so that's me stumbling over myself. Let's talk about this tournament. Smells good.
Yep.
You are the one current reigning champion for the Red Spartan Halo podcast 1v1 tournaments. I think it would be kind of cool to get into your head a little bit about this tournament, where you started out in the beginning. Did you really want to win the tournament? Like, where were you the whole time? Like, were you just kind of coming in to have a good time? Did you always come in with the mind of like, hey, I want to win the tournament? Tell me, your general experience throughout the whole tournament.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I was one of the last ones to get my like my prerequisites in my
Your
my
bio.
early round, yeah, my early round games. Like I had to get all this out of the way. Like, but like where it kind of all started really was me, Kylie, and Jim were playing Ark all the time,
Okay.
and like kind of kept seeing like the Jim is dead all the time. Like Jim's dead, and I'm like, nah, Jim's not dead. Like Jim's my king. I'm gonna win this tournament for our Ark group.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh.
And me and Kylie were kind of like talking about that in like the Ark chat and everything. I'm like, dude, I'm taking them down. Like I've been playing a lot of Halo. First time I've been playing Halo in a while, and I think I'm kind of good at this one. Like it's the only game since like Rocket League where I'm like, dude, I think I'm actually kind of good at this game. And I was definitely when we rolled or whatever. Like I had DC Samaj in my my bracket. I lost to him before in the I guess it was the first one, which I didn't really play any Halo 5 or anything. So like, this time I went in with way more experience with the actual game.
Okay.
So as far as like map awareness was concerned, like I had none of that in Halo 5 besides the one map that I forget whichever one we played. I think maybe it was Ascension. I don't remember which one it was, but one of the legacy maps basically. So I knew that map. But so I knew I play with Doug all the time too at Rocket League and stuff, and he's like ridiculous in Rocket League. He's just like a great gamer, like in general. So I'm like, all right, I gotta get through Doug for sure. Like I know I gotta get through Doug. I was hoping Fire Mage is in it. Like I definitely wanted Asio to be in it too. Like people who beat me, I remember it. Like I'm coming for you guys. And they weren't in it unfortunately, but DC was a worry, and then Marty beat me. Was it twice? I think he beat me both times.
Yeah, he beat you twice
in the pre-round. So I was like, damn, this guy is pretty quick on the draw. Get me with that BR. I think everything changed too once the second round was when you spawned with the BR.
Yeah.
Kind of like got everybody, smells good, loves that pistol. Everyone's talking about the pistol, and then I was like, let me show you what I can do with this thing too.
Oh, I like that.
And yeah, like I told you before too. Like I mean, as I'm saying all this, I'm definitely competitive. It's fun. Like yeah, definitely hold grudges a little bit, Paige. Like as far as like funny grudges, as far as video games are concerned and whatnot. Like you beat me in a video game. There's definitely an element of like wanting to win it for Jim, and, like
even though he's a dead guy.
And like a lot of it was
he's not dead.
He's dead.
In just like jest and fun and like I didn't talk any shit. Like Shadow and I were talking shit, like because like it became like the whole Viking thing.
Right.
And that was fun. And Shadow was also, I guess, undefeated, so that was awesome. Like there were so many like awesome little like tidbits of the tournament, you know, like former champions, DC Samaj is in there. You got Shadow going undefeated after I think he went like defeated in the last one.
Yeah.
So there's so many funny things. The Silly Goose Nessa and I think Game Warrior series in itself. should
Yeah,
just
that
be
epic
its own-
series.
its own like 30 for 30 on ESPN. And but like I said before, like I was prepared to kind of lose to Marty. I've already lost to him twice. I'm like, I gotta beat him though. I definitely gotta beat him. But in his like post game interview, he was like, oh, this tournament's easy. I'm like, nah, this kid's not winning this tournament. It's not winning. He's not winning. My friend's podcast show, and he's a rando. He's getting whooped, dude. And that's what I did. That's what I did. Once I got like I got remember in the game, I was a little medicated, and but I remember in the game being like, as soon as I smelt that blood in the first like 2 kills, I knew I was gonna beat them both games. Like in the first 2 kills, where we kind of like we were talking the whole time. I remember I remember Trax was saying like how weird it was. Like I talked to every single one of my opponents throughout
Yeah.
the whole tournament. And like at first, like in my brain, I was going into it with the Trax mind. I'm like, I'm not gonna talk to somebody while I'm playing them, but like it doesn't bother me, and I'm kind of like stoned at the same time, so I'm kind of enjoying the conversation while I'm like my hands are in a different
This is true.
universe, still playing the
This
game.
is true.
And so like yeah, and Real Mystery was like I think it was Marty. Me and Marty took a smoke break and everything. We're like, all right, you know, you go get your stuff. I'll get my stuff. It's halftime. We get back on this. You know, we're gonna bake out this little Discord party.
Bake out this little finale
so
here.
Distracted with
So,
you two playing
I
and
love
talking.
this. This is so funny.
It was so fun. It was great. Like, you know, I had a little tough time kind of getting the first games in, but once they were kind of like scheduled, I knew when I had to be available. It was easy to work around and get the games in.
Yeah.
But yeah, talking to the opponents, it was weird, but it was also kind of funny. But as me and him were, if you remember the games, we did take some time where like we just looked at each other, we battled it out. We were talking to each other like,
Yeah.
you're gonna do this? You're gonna, and he's like, oh yeah, no, I can't do it this time. I'm like, oh, you bitch, you know what I mean? Like we're talking like,
That's
you know?
awesome.
So it was definitely different to like, it was almost like we were standing next to each other, which I felt more kind of real. Like at that time, like I played the only tournament I ever played in was like a real tournament was Madden and like the GameStop in Port Richmond or whatever. Like
Yeah.
so like standing, it almost felt like we were standing next to each other. Like I could look over at him and I gotcha.
There's a part of me, Mystery, that wants to do something where I have the audio of the party chat and like I can tune into it just like they do like with HCS where
man.
they go to like the live listening.
I think so.
I would love to be able to listen to like some of the chatter if people are going to talk to each
Because,
other.
I mean, Real Mystery had that going on in his brain the whole time he
I was
trying to,
so screwed.
you know, commentate, you know.
Yeah.
I
So
feel
it would
like
be
we
just
could make
something
that
where you
work,
like
though.
flick a switch almost. It's like, oh, let's bring this party chat and listen in. You got to be careful too, I guess, as far as like what might be said and anger potentially with some guys or whatever.
Yeah, that's
but-
true. But
For the most part, I mean, you kind of give a heads up too, like, and the commentary is bringing in the audio or whatever, and like,
I wouldn't want to
and-
throw people off by doing that, but I definitely get what you're saying. Like maybe it would just be like, okay, we're gonna tune out now. We'll come back a little bit later.
throwing people off. Nah, man. If you're made for the big league, you think Joel Embiid goes out there and he's thrown off by the crowd? No, he's
Well,
ready.
if they made an announcement every single time the camera went on him, they're like,
He
the
has the
camera's
ball."
now on Joel Embiid. I think it might be like a little bit weird. Like, okay,
On the loudspeaker,
yeah.
the camera is on you.
The camera is now on Ben Simmons.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
I
funny
don't know.
though.
Maybe it's just a waiver you gotta sign before you get in the tournament. Like we could bring in your.
It's like, okay,
your audio
I just need you not to say the N word, the F word,
N-word,
and
yeah, keep it
say
away.
whatever rhymes with grape. And if you could do that, then we're all good to go here.
Disclaimer.
Okay, awesome.
But yeah, it was a great time. I'm glad I won, especially only because at that point I didn't want an outsider. And everyone's an insider in the community, but at that time he was an outsider.
Yeah, more. I mean, realistically, he would agree to this. Of everybody who was in the tournament, most mostly everybody listens to the podcast. Some people join because they're in the Discord and they listen to some of the podcast, but they saw the chatter about the tournament and they got in. And we were looking to, I wanted to have an even number of people divisible by 4. So I was hoping for either 8, 12, or 16 people. We very quickly went past 8, but then we kind of struggled a little bit to get to that 12 mark. And there were some people who would have played, but it was just bad timing. People like Fire Mage, people like Jimmy. There are a couple of people who normally are in these tournaments. And so because like we needed that one spot filled, Dougie was like, hey, look, my buddy can play. And I was like, okay, well, we do need to kind of round this out to have 12 people, so let's make it work. So Marty wouldn't disagree with this. He is not within the community the way that everybody else who is in the tournament is. So seeing Marty kind of go on this run close to winning the tournament, it was definitely, you know, exciting to have a brand new person kind of get that far. But I think that it's fair, and I think everybody could understand why you would... It would be nice to watch somebody who is there during game nights, is there in the Discord, is there for community events, win the tournament. And so I think that there was a collective sort of rooting for Smells Good against Marty, just because, like, you know, and it's not, there's nothing wrong with Marty. He's a great guy. He played his heart out. I loved having him. I would want him to play in future. I want him to play in community nights, and I want him to be a part of the community for sure. But I think that there's something about seeing a familiar face in there. And so I think that there were a lot of people rooting for you, Smells Good, and the fact that you won and took home the prize. I think everybody was pretty happy about that.
Yeah, definitely. Like, and I think that it's sick in general that, like, you know, DC has a friend that can get into, like, anytime somebody, you know, has like an extra friend, an extra body to get into those tournaments, like, it's sick either way. Like, winning it, you know, you're gonna have to get through some of us. You're gonna have to get through me.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to get through Fire Mage. We have some good players. You're gonna have to get through DaddyTrax when he gets in the tournament this time. You know, he's coming out.
I don't know if I should play. I really don't know if I should.
So,
I was back and forth on this last one. I don't know.
I vote easily that you should play. Your games can easily be commentated or covered by Mystery. Maybe even bring in that soft-spoken, awesome voice guy, cover out a couple games, whatever that guy was.
Who, Q-Stick?
I don't remember. One of them who's like perfect.
Twisted.
Yeah,
Oh,
Twisted. There we
Twisted.
go. Yeah, bring him in, cover the Trax games. Either way, I had, like, even a couple guys that, you know, they tune in here and there, like Golden Striker or whatever. Like, he was like, dude, I want to get in the next tournament and everything too, you know.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, for sure.
should be able to, like, maybe like you said, Jimmy and all the extra guys who didn't work out this time, you might be able to get to maybe 16.
I think that I would really like to see a tournament of 16 people for this next tournament.
I think you can do it. Easy.
I think I would like to see 16. By the way, keep your ears and eyes out for summertime for the Red Spartan Halo podcast. That's when we will announce details for the next tournament that we'll be having. We're kind of waiting for Forge because we want some maps that are a little bit better suited for a 1v1. But since we should have Forge in the next couple months here, yeah, keep an eye out in the summertime for an announcement to be made for when the next tournament's going to take place. Smells Good for winning the tournament. Just so you know, I don't know if you know this or not, for the next tournament, if you decide to play, and we all hope that you do, you will be able to choose one person to be in your division with you. So you can pick somebody who you know you'll beat up on. You can pick a rival who you want to get back at and solidify that you're the king and the dominant one. You can pick whoever you want for whatever reason you want, but you'll be able to pick part of your division there by picking that one person.
I will definitely be looking to be in tournament, so
awesome.
You know, everything will be a little bit easier. Actually, you know, I started a new gig on the 18th, so like everything's gonna kind of be a little more structured a bit. I've been doing that kind of like contracting, like, you know, carpentry work where it was just random as shit.
Yeah.
Whenever I was working at that time, like exactly at the time of the tournament, actually.
Right.
So some nights I was like kind of, you know, out till like 11 working, whatever it might be. So
yeah,
whenever the tournament is, like you said, hopefully Forge is in it. the game. That'd be sick. But I'd definitely be looking to get in. Probably have a couple cronies that might get in at least. We can beat up on them. So yeah, take
Perfect.
advantage of choosing a partner in crime in one of the divisions as well.
That's awesome. Okay, cool. Is there anything else about the tournament or anything else that you want to say in regards to any of that kind of stuff before we move? Or Morty, did you have any questions for him that you wanted to ask him about the tournament specifically?
Me, I don't have any questions, but I feel like there is a question in the chat right now.
Yeah, I'm reading it. It looks like well, Smells asked me if we're, or no, I'm Smells, but Paige asked me if we were best friends. I think we are. Game Warrior 64 said if not Marty, who the runner up might have been. Out of the contestants, I don't know. I was a little torn on B-Boy Will. Like I felt like I crushed him at times as far as like when I played him, but when I was watching him and even in some of our battles, I thought he was kind of pretty good as far as like reaction times or whatever. I do a lot of sliding around. I'm a like very influenced by Call of Duty and other games over time, so I kind of get zigzaggy and try to throw you off. And felt like he was kind of keeping up with me at that time. But I mean, Shadow is dominating the tournament, so I'd have to pick Shadow for just what he did. Like I think he might have been that runner up, or I might have seen him. Or Shadow was in my bracket though, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was in your division.
So who did
So on the other side, you had
Marty had Game. That's
you
what I
had
guessed.
Nessa versus Game. You had Yanutzi versus Marty. Marty beat Yanutzi, so theoretically, let's throw in somebody there who Yanutzi would have beaten. It would have been Yanutzi versus the winner of Nessa and Game Warrior. Game Warrior had won that, so then you would have had Game Warrior and Yanutzi versing each other. I don't know who wins that one.
Yeah, I think it could have been. It could have definitely been. I think Nessa wins that one, but I think, like what we've seen with Goose and Game Warrior, it could have been either one of you two, as far as like who made it on from there. And I think their matchup together, like just like bad blood isn't the right word, but you know what I mean?
Love it.
Like,
I love that we have a rivalry.
Yeah.
I
like
love
the
it so
rivalry
much.
between them, essentially, like kind of like messing around, even from a chat perspective, whatever it is, like all wrapped up into that, like that kind of changed your play styles as far as how you play normally versus how you played each other. You were playing each other differently.
Yeah, I think in the next tournament, I'm gonna try and make a bigger deal about Nessa versus Game Warrior. I might do a little.
We'll make a whole little freaking graphic, dude.
I might do a little fudgery with the divisions and make sure that they're playing against each other. Maybe.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Or at least that they can like make it to a matchup with each other in
exactly.
Like, the playoffs.
So, how do I get these two versus each other again?
But I mean, you could probably literally, like, this is just for fun, but you could schedule a night where just Silly Goose and Game are gonna play each other 13 times in a row, and you'll probably do well that night.
Overtime. I wouldn't hate the idea of like getting some exhibition matches together. I think that would be kind of fun.
Yeah, that'd be good. I mean, I've seen in the chat too, someone said like it'd be funny if you were in the tournament, if like Kylie, Paige, and Nessa commentated your game. Any of your mods.
Oh my god, they would just rip me apart the whole time. It
yeah, I
wouldn't
was
even
say any of your haters, you know. You might as well get Katie did back.
My biggest haters are my mods. They're my biggest haters, but also my biggest like supporters. So it's like they just rip me apart the whole time. That actually might be kind of fun. All right, so I'll consider it for that.
That's just the DaddyTrax. Well, maybe that's just a whole separate event of the DaddyTrax roast.
They had an idea for doing something called the Blue Spartan podcast, where they would just listen to this and they just make fun of us the whole time.
Nice. I like that. I like that.
I love that idea of just like what the hell is he talking about now?
What was that like show back in the day too that people made on the internet? Red vs. Blue. Oh,
yeah,
like a whole own Red vs. Blue. Man.
Yeah, there we go. That's perfect. Characters from the community. No, that's awesome. But congratulations on winning the 1v1 tournament. I know that it's a tremendous feeling, and then when you get to kind of look back on your whole journey to get to that point, it's something that's special. I know that when I had played in a 1v1 tournament and won, you know, I worked hard for it, and I practiced and I played as hard as I could, and it's something that I like look on as and go like, you know what, this was a really fun event, fun moment, and something that I'll always remember. It was awesome. So you get to kind of
that $5,000 check you sent. That was good.
Yeah, plus the $5,000, which is funny because it's probably more than like pros would make at a 1v1 event. But yeah, no, that's awesome. So congratulations to winning the 1v1. You are the current champion right now, and you will be looking to defend your title sometime this fall/winter.
Nice.
Fall, probably fall, before the end of the year. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and move on to some listener questions here, Morty.
Listener questions. All right. We had a theme. What was the theme? Oh, the topic was zombie apocalypse.
Zombie
How
apocalypse
fitting.
for the theme.
Okay, first question comes from Silly Goose Nessa, and she asks, what one Halo weapon and vehicle would you want with you during a zombie apocalypse?
Oh, great question. So if I'm going zombie apocalypse, as long as I have like an unlimited amount of ammunition and fuel like you would with the Halo vehicle, it's kind of hard not to pick the tank. But honestly, I think I might pick like a something about having like my own Warthog. That kind of seems like a cool thing to have in a zombie apocalypse. I know that there's like more efficient vehicles, like having a Wasp or something like that can kind of fly around. But honestly, I feel like there'd be nothing more badass than driving around in a Warthog stained in zombie blood.
Yeah, like all these questions too are based like if us three are in the same scenario. So like we're all riding around in that Warthog together.
Yeah.
Like, if you have like your squad, your crew, I agree with you kind of with the Warthog. Obviously, like you said, there's way better options as far as like zombie.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
how
not
fun is
really.
that?
Like you said, if you have unlimited ammo and you have like the turret, I mean, apples, oranges at that point.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Screw some zombies up with a turret too. Weapons though, I don't know.
Weapons, I gotta go with the energy sword. I feel like it's probably the best thing to deal with
Like, how
actual
don't you, right?
zombies. Yeah, just like cut seamlessly through everything. I feel like that would kind of save
I mean,
myself.
obviously the hammer too, but I don't even know if I don't know if I'm the guy to be wielding a hammer. Like that's gonna be like the 6'2" like athlete guy, you know?
Yeah, I need a bigger guy on my squad.
Yeah. Yeah. You get the big guy, Coltrane.
So what weapon you going with there, Smells?
I'll have to go with the sword too. I mean, I can't think of. I mean, like you said, if it's unlimited ammo, maybe I'll rock that BR just because, like,
Oh yeah,
you need to have some range in the party too. Like,
that's
if
true.
If you're riding with the sword, like, I need to have your shoulder above your. Over
Yeah,
your shoulder,
sword's good until you have like what, thousands of zombies all around you. You know, you need something to keep your distance. That's a good point. Mystery, what about you?
I was actually thinking the Sentinel beam.
Oh,
nice, unlimited ammo too. Like if it's unlimited ammo, that's that thing.
Just melting people.
Yeah,
it would just melt zombies.
That thing's solar powered, so
it's gotta be solar powered. It seems like a solar powered weapon.
Yeah.
Let me just hang this out in the day. Yeah, that's funny. All right, what's the next question?
Next question comes from Silly Goose Nessa, and she asks, if you could pick one person from the Halo universe to duo up with in the zombie apocalypse, who would it be?
Yeah, you get this. This is tough.
There's
so
like
many good options.
There's two different thoughts that I have about it. I'm gonna go with Cortana.
Nice.
Halo 2, Halo 3 Cortana. Because I feel like having somebody in my ear telling me what directions to go, what directions to run, what's around me, what's coming at me.
Got this, exactly.
Yeah, I feel like that AI upgrade is going to be the thing that's going to probably keep me alive the most.
Who's the second though? Who's your physical person? Because I kind of thought Cortana right away too. Same reasons. Like if you have that AI in your head, you're gonna win.
Yeah, I gotta go with Sergeant Johnson. Right?
Nice.
He's had experience with the flood and surviving the flood. So like, okay, if there's anybody who's going to help guide me towards surviving a zombie apocalypse, it's going to be Johnson.
You're so practical and smart.
I feel like Master Chief's kind of the obvious answer, but I want to do something different than him.
Yeah, I feel like you can't pick Chief.
Can't pick Chief. Too obvious.
But kind of based on our conversation earlier, I'm taking Arbiter with 2 swords.
Oh my god, what a great idea.
Yeah. Specifically with the 2 swords. Like, don't touch anything else, Arbiter.
Give
You
him
get a
2
rocket
swords.
launcher, throw it to Johnson. Because Johnson does have to come along. Like, I can only pick one, but since Trax is in my car, we get Johnson too.
Exactly, dude. Fill up that Razorback. Mystery, who are you picking?
Okay, you pick Johnson, you pick Arbiter. I'll probably go with Buck then.
Oh, you know what? That'd be a good time, you know?
Yeah.
Some good witty jokes and remarks.
Yeah. That's what
Yeah.
I think.
I mean, that's
Somebody keep their
necessary.
mood light. That's actually really smart.
Yeah,
We're
but
all
he
in the
also
same
like,
car.
he also kind of led you know, the ODSTs off of places like Reach, and also led him off of Earth in Halo 3 ODST. So it's not like he's never dealt with this kind of stuff before.
True.
Right? So yeah, I feel like I'd probably go with Buck.
I think
He and
those are,
Arbiter would be great for each other.
I think those are all good picks. Yeah, I feel like Buck and the Arbiter would really get along.
Yeah.
You know, by a campfire or something like that.
Me and Same little like.
They're just
story.
singing. They're just sitting there singing the.
We
CNP
literally
Empire
should just
same
get paid
song.
by 343.
I'm
Like, who
telling you,
works
dude.
for them?
We got some
Who the
good
hell
ideas
works
here.
for them? Like, what are they doing all day that they can't have ideas?
That'd be great. That'd be great. Like a animated mini series of just like, you know, Buck talking to Arbiter at a campfire.
It would be great.
It's perfect.
I feel like Buck would look at the Arbiter. She's like, okay, so like you have 4 mandibles. How do
Nice.
you eat? Like, you know.
What do you eat?
Yeah, I can hear Nathan Fillion's voice just going, sausage, you know?
And Arbiter is just like, why do you talk to me about such childish shit?
That's funny. All right, what's the next question?
Next question comes from Game Warrior, and he asks, "Who are you bringing with you in the zombie apocalypse?"
It's kind of the same question as the one we just did, isn't it?
Just anyone in the world, though, I guess.
Oh,
Or
anyone?
anything.
I'll take Cortana into the apocalypse with me.
No matter what. Taking Master Chief's ass with me.
I'm taking Pablo Schreiber's naked ass with
So,
me
like,
into the apocalypse.
You're just taking like Windows Cortana with you, and then I could just take a Siri with
Alexa,
me, and then like
Alexa.
doesn't Samsung have one as well? Like, or there you go,
Bixby,
there you go,
yeah.
Alexa. There you go.
Samsung has Bixby.
Yeah, like here's the smartest AI to take into the apocalypse with me.
Wonder if like, if maybe it's just the female. This is so off topic, but maybe if the female voice is just so soothing, that's why most of the phones go with like a female assistant. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's probably
But
right.
like, how did none of them hit an assistant on the phone with Alfred?
With
like,
who?
Alfred.
Oh, Alfred.
Alfred. What's the weather in Philadelphia? Nacho weather.
That's a
Nacho
good.
weather.
That's a good point. There's
Anyway,
no Alfred.
anyone in the world, since we're on the topic, I'm going Batman. Bring Batman in with me. Let him not kill the zombies and just knock them out. So
There you go.
we have a chance to find a cure and bring them
He
all
just
back.
knocks out all the zombies until you find a cure. He just can't kill any of them.
I need to eat this nacho. I've been looking at it.
They have like a comic storyline called Deceased. Essentially, it's like a whole zombie apocalypse in the DC universe, and I'm kind of
Oh,
curious.
nice.
I've never looked at it myself, but I'm kind of curious to see if Batman actually does knock out zombies in that, or does he actually kill them?
That's the homework.
Or does he just get infected like in the first 5 seconds somehow?
I can't kill them. I can't kill
I
them.
just can't do it.
Eat me!
That's
I
probably what
can't do
happens.
it.
Definitely what happens.
All right, what's the next one?
All right, next question from Game Warrior, and he asks, "What weapons and vehicles are you bringing?"
So these are not Halo weapons and vehicles, right? This is anything. I feel like
Did he do this on purpose?
this sounds like a troll to me.
Yeah, I think it's just any kind of weapons. and
Any kind of
vehicles.
weapon.
I'm gonna take a Sentinel beam, and I'm gonna take a Jeep with a turret attached to the back of it, with unlimited ammo.
Okay.
Yeah, you go. I'm still thinking.
All right. Another one. Needler rifle. And a vehicle. Needler rifle and a ghost.
That's some sick shit, actually, Mystery.
Oh, you never
Neither.
did your vehicle or gun pick, did you, for the last one?
I did the sentinel beam for my gun.
No,
Oh, you did. Yeah, you did.
You didn't do
Okay.
the vehicle though.
So we're just sticking with Halo anyway. This is perfect. It's probably
For
exactly what
me,
he wanted.
Switch it up, since we can have any vehicle in the world. I'm not even gonna need a weapon. I'm just gonna take a rocket ship off this bitch and go find my.
I got a new pick for mine. I want to take a school bus with all my with my crew in it, with like flamethrowers and chainsaws all like rigged around the sides, and just drive through cities and just cut down everyone.
We would like destroy them. Like this community, like if we all got in like a yellow bus,
Oh yeah,
destroy them.
it'd be a great apocalypse for sure.
Yeah.
Easy.
Sorry for eating nachos.
Oh, you're fine. All right, what's the next question?
Next question, also from Game Warrior, and he asks, "What do you think 343 needs to do to keep Infinite in the mainstream?"
In the mainstream, I don't know if that's even possible without doing something like a battle royale. I don't.
Yeah.
If you want to keep Halo in the mainstream, wait. What exactly was the question again?
What do you think 343 needs to do to keep Infinite in the mainstream?
You know what they probably have to do to keep Halo Infinite in the mainstream? They need to make sure that they have a good showrunner for the Halo TV show season 2. Honestly, I think people are misunderstanding how popular this Halo show is and how many people are watching the show and picking up the game Halo. I
wonder if there has been an increase.
I know that people's content has been going up, and there's a lot of people who are like, oh yeah, new to the Halo community from the TV show. I know that it has certainly helped. 3 episodes in has certainly helped bring way more people into the Halo universe. And so honestly, I'm going to encourage 343 to keep doing what they're doing by making content and things that have broad appeal to a wider audience to kind of bring them in. And some of those people will kind of funnel into being gamers and playing Halo. And I think that that's perfectly fine. So I want them to continue doing what they're doing. And honestly, like, to keep Halo Infinite relevant and to keep Halo Infinite going, like, they have to do exactly what they're doing. I'm buying into their plan a little bit more here, I think, after seeing how good the show is, in my opinion, and how well it's doing for its audience.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a great answer again. Like, kind of agree. The show's huge. I mean, I don't know about the actual stats, but I feel like there's no way there's not like an increase, like with something like this kind of show. Like you just said, with, you know, I'm new to the Halo community from the show. I'm checking out some Twitch channels about the game or something now.
Yeah.
Too, but I'm sure there's a little bit of that, maybe a lot too. But as far as like mainstream, like, you know, a show would be it. As far as if you can keep a show good and lasting for a few years, and then obviously for the game, like we talked about, like mainstream would be throwing a BR in and people pleasing maybe a little bit with that. But I don't know. I don't know if like you said, like if Halo can make mainstream, but as long as far as like having enough players and having a good 4 to 5 years, 3 to 5 years maybe. I mean, like you said, their plan seems to be working. Everything's timing up pretty well with the show, and I don't know. I was losing kind of my Halo spirit for a little bit on the game, and the show kind of was like, dude, I love Halo. Like,
Yeah.
Regardless, I love Halo.
Yeah, for me, I think like when they started talking about some stuff that's coming for season 2 multiplayer and with the Halo TV show, it has me fully like, I'm excited for 18 days from now or whenever it is when we're going to get season 2 for the multiplayer. Like I'm excited for it. I like the Fracture event, the cosmetics that we're going to be getting, and the way that they look. I'm excited for this Halo TV show. Like I can't wait for tomorrow night to watch the next episode in our Discord, by the way, if you're not in the Discord.
Yeah, so I gotta check that out, you guys, too. But
Yeah.
I love it. Like, I love that there's a TV show that you can say to somebody like, dude, I played this game when I was like in 7th grade, and now there's a TV show that I can finally watch. Like,
Yeah, it's kind of a neat story. It really is.
Yeah.
Mystery, what do you think?
What they would need to do, probably take the leap of faith.
What does that mean?
Expand a bit more. Definitely needs to expand a bit more on you know, some of those ideas that we brought up like a couple episodes ago.
Yeah,
you know?
dude. Let's
Bring
get
it to other media, bring it out to other forms.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, that's for everything for sure. Like that's
Right.
how you stay mainstream is getting
Yeah,
different channels.
stop trying to make everything like make sense in a canon perspective.
Oh
Just
my
take the
god,
leap of-
yes.
Take the leap of faith and you know, just trust that like that stories can be told without having to canonize everything.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I agree with that.
Like we don't need a multiplayer canon, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's only. I think it's too restrictive.
Yeah, I mean, I remember going all the way back to like Mixer days and thinking like, dude, Mixer signed Ninja. Like this is obviously because Ninja's gonna be a big coming out party for Halo Infinite and everything.
Yeah.
And they're like, there wasn't even that. Like there wasn't even like there was not. I mean, obviously that whole thing happened. Mixer bye bye. You know, the deal cut short. Everything. But like. I don't know. It just seemed like there was gonna be more of like a Halo reveal with like you kind of said, the mainstream backing it. And I think now that we have the Halo show, it kind of is like a little safety blanket where it's like, oh, it's nice that they're in another medium, and at the Halo brand at least is being talked about. It's always good, you know.
Exactly. All right, what's the next question?
Next question comes from a Smeals Goods. Smeals Goods.
Smeals Gods.
I forgot to even type
Smeals
these.
Goods.
It's alright, it's not you, it's someone else named Smeals Gods.
It's someone else. Yeah,
Yeah.
someone else named Smeals.
Yeah, I don't
Goods.
remember typing these anyway. That's not me.
And they ask, do zombies lay pipe?
Oh, for sure. How do you think you get more zombies?
Yeah, what he said. Perfect answer, actually. That's such a good answer, Jim. It's like we went to grade school or something.
I'm sure zombies may have like some brain function if they were a plumber before they became a zombie to lay pipe. I don't know.
Maybe. Like Magis, you finally found like the perfect school, the bunker down and got the perfect setup. You're like, I'm taking that school. That's gonna be my zombie school. You walk in, the zombie janitor's just soldering the pipe. Like, oh, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that zombie's definitely gonna lay pipe. True.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. Next question from a Smeals Goods. Golf club or baseball bat?
I'm taking the Negan route. I'm going with the baseball. I'm gonna name it after my deceased wife, who got eaten by a zombie, and then I will use it to beat the brains in of other humans who get in my way.
Yeah. What do you think, Mystery? I'll answer last.
Well, he went with baseball bat. I'm gonna go with the golf club then.
You gotta give like 7 more words as to why, though.
Is this coming from Smeals Goods?
Yeah, this is from my
That's not a good enough answer.
Yeah.
I
Personal
know
contact with this person.
my Norwegian cousin Schmil's good. Would like to know why.
I feel like a golf club would have a little bit more reach than a baseball bat would.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, a little tiny bit. Definitely.
just a tiny bit more. And it's a little bit. I'd like to think that it's lighter than a baseball bat,
Yeah.
Sure.
so you wouldn't have to carry, you know,
So
too much. However, the flip side of that would also be like I feel like a baseball bat is much more sturdier.
longevity of a baseball bat for sure.
Yeah.
So I mean, and
So
plus
we're
like,
going for the reach and the lightweight versus the, you know.
yeah, and you can put like the barbed wire and all on the bat and everything. The bat's definitely more practical and like you should take the bat. But I asked this knowing that I take the golf club simply because of the noise that a golf club makes when you swing it. It's way better than the noise that a bat makes.
That's true.
That little.
I mean, that's not to say that you can't put like a pointy end on the
You
on
can
the golf
modify
club.
it, right?
you
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
Yeah.
Like you can even take a stick and freaking, you know,
Right, yeah, just put a pointy end on
more
the golf
sticks
club,
on
and you
it
don't even need to.
and-
You don't even need to swing it. You could just go like poke him.
give it some more girth, you know, and girth that thing up and just whack the guy off.
Yeah,
Whack
whack
the
off all the zombies.
Whack off.
It's perfect.
whack every zombie.
That's probably the cure for the apocalypse. You know, you just
And
whack
if you,
off the
like, I
zombies,
don't
they'll
know.
come back normal.
Have you ever played damn, there's another I can't even remember. Dead Rising maybe? One of the
Dead Island?
No, it wasn't Dead Island. I think
Okay.
it was like Dead Rising.
Dead Rising is a zombie
something
game,
like
yeah.
that. whatever they when you had the golf club out. Apparently, you had unlimited golf balls too, but you could whack golf balls at the zombies as they
Whack
come
off the
in.
golf balls
You're
at the
just, like,
zombies.
whacking off the
Whacking off the zombies.
I'm all over the place.
It's perfect.
But yeah, golf club makes a cooler noise, but baseball bat is gonna probably last you longer against smashing skulls.
There you go.
But that's that.
All right, next question.
Next question comes from Just Shady, and Just Shady asks, what game series of zombies would you rather face? 1, Resident Evil, including the Tyrant, William Birkins, and Nemesis.
No.
2, Left 4 Dead, including all the special zombies, i.e. spitters, boomers, and hunters.
Fucking
Or 3, State of Decay zombies with their special zombies.
Oh, State of Decay.
All 3.
State of Decay is the easiest answer for that.
What's their special zombies do?
What's their special zombies?
So they have some feral zombies that are really quick and will kind of like run at you from a far distance and attack you. They have other zombies that will scream and that will bring over like more like normal regular zombies. They have one zombie that would be awful called a berserker, I think it's called.
I remember that thing actually.
And it's a real giant big fat zombie that will just, if you get caught by it and you're low in health, it will literally pick up your character and rip them in half. But I would take that over the Left 4 Dead. The problem with Left 4 Dead zombies isn't necessarily even like the special ones, even though the special ones would be brutal, but the normal zombies in Left 4 Dead, they all sprint at you.
Yeah,
so
you
you're dealing with like
crazy amount of stamina.
You're dealing with 28 day later kind of zombies. Fuck that.
Yeah,
the Resident Evil ones are actually, maybe the Resident Evil ones would be the better pick.
I was kind of thinking that.
That was my pick. I was gonna go with Resident Evil, mostly because in the Resident Evil universe there also seems to be a little bit of a cure. So there have been like characters that like they end up getting they get infected or something, and they somehow are able to kind of get cured.
Yeah, State of Decay has a cure, but it's not for once you become a full zombie. It's like if you get bit, it's not the end of the world. You can get the cure and then you can be saved. But if you're already a zombie, you don't come back. So maybe Resident Evil.
Right. I never played State of Decay, so I wasn't sure how those zombies.
I love State of Decay so much. I'm kind of getting the itch to play it again, if I'm being honest.
I probably would again. I definitely liked when we did like those games. I like when we have like a gang. When we have a gang, that's so fun.
Yeah.
But I think I'd pick. I don't know. I'm kind of the same way. 1 or 3, but. I don't know. I feel like all the Left 4 Dead special zombies announce themselves too. So
that's true. The music changes, so you can know know they're coming.
Or like you hear like that they like yell or
right,
whatever.
right.
You hear that you hear that little guy who jumps on your head coming. He's like yeah, that sounds exactly like him. Yeah, I don't know. But also I beat Resident Evil with a pistol, so I mean I'll probably go Resident Evil zombies.
I love making the spitter noise. It's like there's a spitter somewhere. No, not a spitter. What was that thing called?
I think it was called that, right? Or no, it wasn't a spitter. Yeah, I don't know what that was called.
I forget what it's called, but it was
like the long tongue and like choke you out.
Yeah, exactly. I had the long tongue with pull you towards them.
Oh man.
All right, what's the next question?
Next question comes from Rabble Just Rabble. And he asks, speaking of zombies, did you see they added a flood firefight mode? Any chance of seeing that in a future community game night?
No, I didn't know they did that, and no.
Okay.
What he said.
Yeah, no, we talked about it earlier in the podcast, and for sure, if enough people want to do... Here's the deal with firefight, though. It's only 4 people in a team, so if we all decide to do it, we would have to find some kind of way to,
Ooh, do a competition.
Break off into groups, and maybe that could be a fun way to do it, for sure.
Who gets the higher score? Who lasts the longest?
Whoa.
All right, what's the next question?
Next question from Rabble Just Rabble. You have control over the Halo Twitter account for exactly 3 minutes. Anything lore-wise you say is canon. Any gameplay updates you announce will be made final into the game. Bungie or 343 will work around the clock to implement whatever you say into any Halo game. What
Hold on.
totally unnecessary change do you make to the series?
I gotta make sure this is 140 characters. You said Twitter?
Yeah, and you got three. You got it for 3 minutes.
So,
So
hold on.
it has to be. It has to be totally unnecessary, though.
So we take over Halo's Twitter account, and what exactly are we doing here?
Why is it unnecessary?
Okay, you have control over the Halo Twitter account for exactly 3 minutes.
Great.
So anything lore-wise you say is considered canon.
Oh.
Any gameplay updates you announce will be made final into the game. Bungie and 343 will work around the clock to implement whatever you say into any Halo game.
Why would Bungie do it?
Because it would be Bungie era, like, you know, Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3. It doesn't have to necessarily be Halo Infinite. What totally unnecessary change do you make to the series?
Chief from now on is going to be the color blue.
Okay.
All right.
It's an unnecessary change. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, no, I got it. All the bullets from now on in Halo fire blanks.
My God.
You gotta attack my personal life like that, dude. I think this is under 140 characters, and I just put Forged is released right now. Cortana has triple D's now and is super blue. Chief is wearing ass chaps now. Chief is also wearing a cowboy hat now.
Oh my God, yes! Chief with the cowboy hat. We need that.
That's all I got.
I want all vehicles replaced with horses.
Dude, why are horses in the game? That's a great question.
Okay, I was probably gonna say something along the lines of maybe we turn the flood into just food.
You can eat
and
the
you
flood.
have to fight like you have to fight like actual popcorn, or like you have to fight like, I don't know, like,
oh, like Hot Pockets.
There you go. Yeah.
What, dude? Like, and they're Pizza Hot Pockets, so like they're kind of dripping the delicious.
Yeah, it's like spilling out of them, so it still looks
when
all
they
like
explode,
horror.
it's just like pepperoni, cheese, and like pizza sauce everywhere.
It's a bunch of little. No. They blow up and it's like the little sausage balls that come out and then they start running at you.
It looks like the inside of your microwave if you didn't cover them up.
Yeah, exactly.
the flood infection spores are just a bunch of Cheez-Its or something.
Nice.
That's great.
Instead of making a popping sound, they make the loudest crunch you can ever get.
All right, so what's the next one?
Just to follow up on this question, it was this question was inspired by a tweet from J.K. Rowling, the creator of Harry Potter.
Carefully, or you're gonna get us canceled. Go ahead.
And then I don't know, I think he quoted something. So Hogwarts didn't always have bathrooms before adopting Muggle plumbing methods in the 18th century. Witches and wizards simply relieved themselves wherever they stood and vanished the evidence. # National Trivia Day. That's what he said.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
And his answer to the question is, Halo is actually pronounced hollow.
Oh.
So.
That's a very unnecessary change.
Oh, another unnecessary
Potter.
change would be changing Master Chief's name to Halo.
Oh my God, I'm so mad.
This whole time, my name was Halo.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, my name's not John. My name's not Master Chief.
My
I
name's
am
not
Halo.
John. It's Halo.
I am the Halo.
He just gets dementia when he's older because he doesn't die. So he's like 98 years old as Master Chief. It's like, I am Halo. It's like, no. Your name's John. My name is Halo. It's perfect.
I don't understand.
He tries to eat the Halo ring or something. Like,
Exactly.
You are what you eat.
I am Halo. This is so silly.
Then he starts doing Got Milk campaign, like Got Halo. Got a little Halo mustache.
Halo mustache. All right, what's the next question?
The final question comes from Sister Trax.
Oh, hey, Kate.
And Sister Trax asks, where would you go with your band of survivors to live or make your last stand in a zombie apocalypse?
A remote area in Canada.
Yeah, for me, I was just like, yeah, I'd probably just go farther up north because zombies
Nice.
don't really think. I don't
You're
think
like, I'd
they
stay
last
right in
too
my
long in the
house.
cold.
Yeah, I'd go to a remote area in Canada with a large group of people who all get along, and then in the wintertime we would go out and find the zombies stuck in the snow and ice, unable to move, and we would murder all the ones close to us and try to avoid the zombies for time that it would take for nature to decompose the zombies. So I'm going to Canada for maybe 6 months.
Well, plus like you have to like get tested on your way in for corona on your way back.
We're trying to escape the zombie apocalypse, but do you have corona?
I'm gonna skip. Or maybe I'll meet you guys in Canada because I like going north or going to the cold, remote area and sticking away. But I gotta stop in like Utah, pick up Jim, and then we'll make our way up there. Make sure the king's on his way. Protect the king at all costs.
Protect the king of the north.
King of the north. There we go. But yeah, somewhere maybe if it's not even like, maybe I'd go to like the Area 51 area and kind of like camp out. That way, like, I have some options. Like, all right, fucking zombies caught up to us out here. Everyone apparently showed up to the Storm Area 51 day, and I'm just gonna go release these aliens on them now.
There you go.
So you got yourself a zombie alien war. This is literally Halo.
And I'm out. Peace.
Zombies versus aliens. That is kind of Halo.
That rocket ship you guys gave me earlier. I'm out.
It's perfect.
They probably have one in there. Actually, isn't that where Will Smith got his before he smacked Chris Rock? He just like went to Area 51 and there's like an alien spaceship. Like, actually, we're thinking since you're the best pilot, you'd be really good at driving this one that we know nothing about. He's like, actually, I'm pretty good at riding this. Look at this. Woo woo.
That one guy comes walking down the ramp saying, "It's time." It's his only line that he's ever said in his life.
Yeah, he retired and he just teaches like we.
It's time. Oh man. All right, well, thank you everybody who submitted questions. If you want to submit a question, it can be related to the theme, it can be totally something different. You can ask or comment any way that you want to. Go to our Discord. You can find the link for it again in our chat or in the episode description. There's a channel called Podcasty Things. You use the hashtag red and then say whatever it is that you want us to read on the podcast, and we will do it. We take the top 10 and then we bring those onto the show. So that's how you can get your questions and they're submitted. This week we have the Halo TV show tomorrow night, Thursday night. Actually, by the time this podcast comes out, it will be tonight. Around 9 o'clock or so, we will watch the next episode of the Halo TV show, episode 4. On Friday, I think I'm not sure about Friday, so I'm going to skip to Saturday. Saturday, we have community night like we normally have. You can join us on Xbox. Add me on Xbox at DaddyTrax, and then just join the party come Saturday night. Hop in some games with us and have some fun. And I think, and on Sunday, I believe that we have an anime night planned as well. We're going to be starting a new anime since we finished up the most current episode of Attack on Titan. So those are some of the events that are going on this week. Morty, what do you have going on this next week?
Tomorrow is Dungeons and Dragons for me, and then Friday is probably gonna be some more Halo on stream. Saturday is game night. If I'm joining, it would be very, very much later into the night. And then yeah, that's about it actually.
Okay, smells good. What do you got going on this week?
Probably just trying to.
Oh, can you move your microphone closer to your mouth?
Yes, I can. Better.
Much better.
Probably for me, like I said, I'm starting that new gig coming up on Monday, so I'm just trying to like chill and like get my brain ready to go back to like work after basically like 2 years of not doing this stuff.
Yeah, I hear you.
So confident that I was just gonna be fine, like everything's gonna flow back in my brain, but it's also just like something new basically. So it's like just want to get ready for that. Probably play some Halo Saturday to chill with you guys and stuff.
Nice.
And go and watch the the Halo once it drops.
Is there any social media or anything that you're up to that you would want to plug for people to come check you out on?
Yeah, I'm on Twitter, just under Smells Good too. But if anything, you can check out the Sunday Dad Club podcast, which that follow us on Twitter under that Sunday Dad Club. Um, that is basically a football podcast right now, but we want to try to do other things and talk about other things. But it will be basically just the NFL at this point and talking about football.
Awesome. What's it called again?
The Sunday Dads Club.
And what podcast platforms are you guys on?
Right now we're just on Twitch. When we do, we'll stream it live.
Okay.
And then, we were for a time. We will try to get back on Spotify too.
Okay.
We're just getting back to being organized again. During the season, during the football season, we were just every week on the game day, we were ready to go. And since the season's been over, we're just kind of in limbo right now, but getting things together as the draft rolls around, and we're right back in the football.
Okay. What's the Twitch web address for anybody who wants to check it out?
Everything should end up being, I think I got it all in sync. It should all be Sunday Dad's Club. Be it you type that into Twitch, or if you type that into Twitter. Basically, all we're using right now is Twitch and Twitter. You should find Sunday Dad's Club comes up pretty quickly. Let me see.
I'm gonna try and pull it up here in a second.
Sunday Dad's Club. Maybe there's an S on Dad's. Sunday Dad Club. There it is, Sunday Dad Club. So no S. Sunday Dad Club. We're at 43 followers. So I mean, if we can hit that 50 mark, that'd be kind of sick.
Awesome. So twitch.tv/Sunday Dad Club.
Oh, look at that. Page is
perfect. Let's get some followers over there. If you follow us, go follow them and follow Smells Good. He's an important person in this community, so we want to support him any way that we possibly can. So go give that channel a follow if you're listening and have a chance to. Sunday Dad Club. Yeah, and go hang out with Smells Good Sundays at 11 a.m. it looks like on their Twitch channel.
Yeah, most times that's up for debate now, but we'll be on Twitter and keeping the times updated there and whatnot. So no Discords or anything like that. Just solely Twitter at the moment.
Okay, very cool.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, of course. It Smells Good. Thanks for being on this podcast. I loved having you, man. You're such a funny guy, and I could not have asked for a better person to win that 1v1 tournament. So thank you for kicking ass.
Thanks for having that tournament and hosting that tournament and building up a community and a platform in which you can do that.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that. Mystery, any final words?
I got nothing.
All right. Well, everybody, thanks for joining us. We'll be back here next Wednesday at, I'm just going to say 9:30. We'll be back here next Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time doing the episode 76 of the Red Spartan Halo podcast. Everybody have a great night. Be safe, and I love you all.